Like, it was really weird. The main like dude in it is like maybe he's an incubus. I don't know.
Say hello, internet.
Internet.
All right, so Megan, what's one of the weirdest ones you've ever played?
Well, it's not one of the weirdest ones I've ever played, but I'm still trying to play it because there's one ending that I can't get. It's called Cupid. It's free on Steam, which is part of the reason why I was playing it, because it was free.
How about you, Lisa? What's one of the weirdest ones you've played?
Shoot, what's it called?
I'm testing sound levels. How about you, Rabbit?
I don't play these things. I'm better than.
What was that stupid one you were playing where you had to go?
I don't remember.
Oh, the chicken jump.
Chicken scream or whatever.
Lisa, you remember one?
It's something. So I can't remember what it's called, but basically, you are a princess and you die, but you don't really die. What you do is you fall into a hole into the underworld, and now there's all these like falling apart zombies and monsters and skeletons and werewolves.
And you date them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're betrothed to the monster prince, but you know, there's your teacher and everybody else in between. So.
Okay, Sally, bring it down to the amount of sound that you're actually going to put out. What's one that?
Yeah, that's right.
What's a really weird one that you've done?
Lisa triggered the excitement card.
Well, there's the one called Perfect Date. You date cats, but you're also on this island where this dude is experimenting on cats, and apparently it makes people turn into cats. So there's a bunch of sentient cats that live in the island, and then some older sentient cats have been there for a long time that make things weirder. It's weird. I like it though.
How about you, John?
High school prom.
Cool.
And then how was the boyfriend with
Yeah.
I told you the pigeon well is dry. I need new, I need new resources. All right.
Only one of them is a pigeon.
Really, only one?
Yeah, I mean he's a mourning dove, but he's ending as a pigeon basically.
The
Dear
bird.
God, why do you know? Because Wikipedia. Never mind.
Well, no, they tell you.
Oh.
They tell you what kind of
There's
birds
other
they
types of birds. But yeah.
I mean, I know there's other types of birds, but wait, there's other types of birds in the game.
Yeah.
And only one of them's an actual pigeon, which is that type of pigeon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the thing is, though, the
Oh,
school's
God.
called Pigeonation. That's why.
Yeah, the school is called like pigeon school basically, but
Wow.
there's a partridge
Oh,
and a
wow.
fancy
Something,
dove, some sort
yeah.
of fancy dove.
Yeah.
But they tell you what kind of birds they are.
All right, that's my fucking fault because if I'd known that there were other types of birds, I could have just said the other
The
birds.
partridge is the one who's like the shady doctor that kills people.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Does anyone want?
Boba.
I will always say yes to Boba.
I
Yes.
know.
Fine.
I can't say
Listen,
no to boba.
It's the cheese one. Just,
Uh-oh.
See, we gotta make
Salted
we gotta make a
cheese
video clip of that.
series.
It's the cheese one. I hear this song of my people.
You have my attention.
That's right.
Continue.
Yes.
The best episode of Dexter's Laboratory.
Well, I just realized I can't have
What do I
caffeine.
want to put my
See what
ability
happens
score
here.
for?
I'm sure you should
Strength.
find something that's decaffeinated.
Come on. Wait, what are your scores?
It's gotta be.
13, 19, 16, 13, 12, 18.
Hey, it's
Oh, dude,
level
what's that,
12,
19?
so we get plus
Yes.
1 on
Oh,
the ability
yeah, get
score.
that
too.
Oh god, I still
Wait,
have to
wait.
do that. Damn it.
13, 19, what?
13,
That's what I
19,
should've
16,
done.
13, 12, 18.
Ooh. That int. Well, what does the int give you? Doesn't it give you bonus spells?
Aren't I a charisma caster?
Bragging
Yeah, which
rights,
is why I was
Tony.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I fucking know.
Actually, that's
Smarter than my
charisma
peers.
caster, that's why
Miss
everything is
Miss
charisma.
13 strength caster, pure caster over here.
I can't not have a negative to hit, man.
Rolled like a beast.
I rolled well.
Yeah.
And I put my good stats where I needed them.
Yeah.
And I didn't need wisdom. Yeah, strength is my dumb stat. 13. My wisdom is 12.
I know.
Your fort save.
That's what weapon
comes from
finesse
your
is
con,
for.
right?
Yes.
How about slushies?
Comma.
Slushies work.
yeah.
Mango lemon
Oh, no, that's a
slushie.
tough one, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
You said 19, 16, 13. I
12, 18.
mean that 19 and the 13.
I don't know
Oh.
anything.
Bump it.
I should
Actually,
have
no,
updated
yeah,
that, like, at
that's-
least
that-
twice.
The dex
Whoops.
is the better choice of the two.
Yeah.
Strength would be funny, but not useful
No.
at all.
I feel that's appropriate for
Or-
Basil somehow. It's like I just
Charisma.
remember I can do this.
And hang on to it. Like,
I have to his con.
Maybe. I'm gonna go with Dex.
It's like I'm not sure
I like
better than
Queen's
this,
Pride.
but I
oh, you
forgot.
upped your con?
Yeah.
HP, baby.
Oh, I get
Sorry.
my HP.
There it is.
Because that's
Sorry, no.
because you add your con mod to your level every level.
Oh.
So ding ding.
Oh, I have not been doing that either. I don't know how much I should have now.
Well, I
I'm
usually
bad at Pathfinder.
I usually
There's too
retro-
much math.
I usually retro apply a con to HP anyway, so feel free to redo the math if you want.
I don't even know how the math works.
Bro,
I don't.
so
D10, D10 plus your con mod.
D10?
Okay.
Each level.
Well, I was
A ranger,
already
yeah?
I was already at 100.
Dex is not much of that.
Ranger is
So
No.
frontliners.
Left foot is everything but dex.
so
Thank you.
D10.
And then
So
touch
I'm right.
is
And your con mod is
Dex
Seven
is not
plus
is
modified.
nothing
four.
but
Yep.
dex.
is,
Yeah.
is 11. I'm just gonna add there.
Holy shit.
Right?
what's the Dex?
Okay.
Yep.
I don't think I have to change anything else. I hope I don't have to change.
Oh, you need to change a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but
Leveling real fast.
we just
Oh, no, you
we
rank
get
up stuff.
because we're
Tools don't
even
go
numbers, so
well
we
with
get
me
plus
because
1
I'm
to
still
one of
not
our
used to
things,
it.
right?
And
Yeah.
your saves go up, and your base attack bonus will probably go up because you're a pseudo fighter.
All right. So you
Yeah, but I
get
upped
3
my
skill points to spend.
base attack bonus isn't even on. This is why.
What you do, or let me know when you get some time off. And we'll go over it together.
I don't
'Cause
understand.
I feel like there's a lot of
how-
work.
I don't understand how these work.
Okay. That's all right. Go with what you got now.
There.
What?
12. How did that happen?
So who remembers what we were doing?
I
I
Basil
think-
got some tail.
Yeah, you
And-
opted to not.
I didn't opt. I said no.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
She left it to chance.
yes, I left it a chance, and I rolled even, not odd.
Mm,
And then everyone went to bed.
it's not
Basil
odd to make love. Or fuck, whichever you're into.
I think it was well. never
I
mind.
like the
know.
odd numbers, so odd is the better side.
Agreed.
Anyway, so Basil slept with his new girlfriend.
Okay, I'm done.
The twins went to bed. Those two went to bed.
Yeah, I think so.
We got rooms in the inn,
Yeah.
and then Dak went
It was
home.
basically sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Basil cuddles with his
We
girl.
ate
Amelia and Averia took a room
shit
together.
ton of cake.
I enjoy
Yeah, you
my
did.
tub
Beat
in
the
number
shit out of that
3.
mountain.
The mountain cake, yeah.
I enjoy my tub in number 3. I don't know what that means even, but it
Um,
says that.
You
Roll a
were in room
d6.
number 3 with the tub.
Oh,
And you're like, this
Oh,
tub
yeah.
is baller.
okay. That
Plus
sounds like a
one.
I
plan.
remember that.
You have the one room that has the tub. I think.
Because
And you took a walk before sleeping.
the really
Yeah.
because the really weird section of the fandom will make that fan art and it'll be great.
Okay. You have
Don't let
1
me
point
do-
to add to one of
I don't know
these.
what I'm doing.
If you're staying as the equal stats as me, put in the dex. But you can put it wherever you like.
So really, it was just nightfall, or did you guys do something after that night?
No, because that's where we ended
That's
it at
where
that
we ended.
nightfall. So
It was
'cause
sick.
was-
Because she was like, look at some more stuff, and I was like, can we just cuddle? And she was like, yeah.
yeah, that's where we ended it. And
Gross.
so
All right.
basically, I have a date with Dak to go poe hunting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because
He's gonna take you on the tour.
Oh, because it's tonight. So you guys are gonna catch a nap.
No, we went to bed,
Date with
and
Dak
then we
to
said because
go
we have to
pole
go to the
hunting.
quest.
Oh,
to
you were
go
like
Tiburon.
some other. So it was a rain check.
Yeah, so it was like we will go pole hunting.
Oh,
Yeah, because he was
That's
like,
fine.
I've done it a bunch of times. She's like, oh, never.
Yeah,
It's
I've
like,
never,
I'll show you how.
I've
Yeah,
never,
gentle.
I've never poe hunted in a graveyard. I've just done it in the desert.
And even then, it was more frolicking with pose. It wasn't really hunting them.
Yeah,
it
no,
was like
we're just
it
friends.
was like tag with pose.
Yeah, it's different.
You live in such a different world.
I
Okay,
know,
so make that a +5, and then go change all your dex mods. So, yeah, there.
That's that.
That's not what I wanted
touch,
to
It's the,
do.
it's the eyeballs of that cat. What's this?
Well,
Magnus is what? Do
Oh
10?
yeah, we're passing around
You're-
that.
you're-
Okay.
It's the eraser pen.
Yeah, we'll just
Oh.
X it out and right beside it. That's what I've been doing.
Well, but not that much stuff is based on right? I mean, my fort save, I already fixed that.
Cool. Yeah, con is
Wait, why did those go up? Oh, because we leveled. But I don't think they go up at an even. I think they only go up at.
Oh, okay. I remember this now. Okay. 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 Okay.
Whatever, I'm a ranger. I don't even know if thick man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
These are now 448.
I get to equipment. I was just trying.
Sick. All right. Reset.
Hey.
Well done.
Bless you,
Good
baby.
news.
Your cult green tea.
I know, right? I was like, I guess that's like getting a protein shot or something in your something or other. And then
Pudding,
it's like,
pudding.
I heard putty putty and I got really excited.
Pudding.
I know.
Ooh, I didn't
That's why I
know.
was sad again.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks. Isn't
Is black
it
tea, is
already?
that a milk tea?
the new
Cartoon Network?
fully fully. I think it might be. Maybe.
Wait, it's camouflage.
Hey,
It's very weird.
No, I remember.
Thank you.
did
It's
you take it
like
before you got it?
No, I think I just wrote it down last time. I think I was
Best I
trying to
can
be proactive
approximate
about
it,
it and then
it's
just never
like-
actually finished doing anything.
Japanese tropes.
It's like
20
Japanese
minutes.
trope.
The show.
Ooh, I can use my stealth to hide any of my flavored terrains. Even if there's no cover.
Yeah.
Slightly later.
Basically, you're like Homer Simpson, into the bush.
Yes, rolled a 7. Like a boss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I have
See it?
I
See
have
it? That's a
depths.
7,
Yeah,
right?
that is a 7.
Oh yeah. Oh, did I tell you if it did anything?
it was a +1. It was basically what I already had.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds lame. Hold on.
Oh, because that's the. I
It
was
was.
like, wait,
It
that's
was.
not what
No,
we
you said it was a
those are
+2
road
cloak of
stats.
resistance, and I have a +1. So I can
Sure.
ditch
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's.
See,
yeah,
I'm
let's
going.
do
I'm
that.
not
Yeah.
multi-classing because I'm too much in a meh mood to even care.
Wow.
I don't even fucking care.
Splash
right
Bard.
now. What?
Splash Bard.
Splash Bard?
Yeah. Fuck it. Why not?
Tony, whatever you
Oh, I
rock.
get
Splash
more
Rogue, get that
ranks
sneak
for
attack
my
D6.
skills. should
I
have been
would have
doing
done
that this
Splash
whole
Rogue if I
time.
splashed. There's no point.
Oh, rough. Wait, what are you rolling for?
Skill ranks per level.
8, 4, 8.
Oh, or is it? It's just 6.
Do all your
It's
dashes.
6 plus your int
Your
mod.
BAB
Okay,
is 6.
so I get 7 then.
Yeah.
+6
So I get up
/1.
Yeah.
So fix all your BAB.
And every time you level in your favorite class, I'm guessing it's Ranger,
You can
I
make
only have
2
one.
attacks.
you can get an
One at
additional
6, one at 1.
HP 4 skill point.
And your dex went up.
Uh,
I did the dex already.
Okay.
dude, I was thinking of a bard
And all
build the
these
other
fives
day
should be
from
6
something. I
the
don't remember what it was now.
Hmm.
Damn it.
Also, did you do these dexes? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That was a really great idea. That was
So
like,
your dex mod is now 5.
I was trying to come up with like,
Did you give yourself your 3 ranks?
how do you
Yes.
make a bard that actually deals a shit ton of damage?
Right.
And it was like, well, part of the whole purpose is that they buff the party with their perform check, with their performance. And then that reminded me of something that like would do a battle cry or something at the top of the thing. I don't remember. God damn it.
You had
Cool
it set
story,
up.
bro.
GIFs are hippo people. They're great. They're from Spelljammer. The one in Waffle Crew has a ridiculous posh accent and is named Admiral Warrington. He has nicknames for the players: Ding Dong and Pippin.
Spelljammer is something else.
Yeah, they're an intergalactic race of Hippo people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once upon a time, would have tried running that, but my group is shit.
Let me know when you're ready to wake up.
2 to 6.
John, did you finish it already?
I need a feat, but
Oh.
yeah, otherwise I get 3 skill
You want
points.
the ultimate combat?
No. Oh yeah, man.
3
I
skill points?
per level. Yeah.
Is
It's fighter. It's 2 plus int mod.
That's what I got. 2 plus it mod.
We're not skilled.
You got 7.
Because
Rangers are like
I'm
crafty.
like smarty slope. How many days are there? 1, 5, 2 more.
Okay.
Did you get some baller at this level?
Did all your dexes, your skill points. You fix this.
Like mute or something?
So your touch is
ICBM?
your dex.
ICBM 1.
Orbital laser.
That's right.
That should be 15.
It's 1/3 of each level.
Was it
Okay, so
laser strike?
no, and
No.
you up that.
Satellite strike? No. Was
Okay.
it not airstrike? I mean, airstrike is a thing, but
Yeah.
no, I think no.
No,
Orbital-
this
orbital
doesn't
strike.
count
I think you're right. Orbital laser is the
just didn't do this right.
best
Okay.
on that.
There you go.
You concentrate on a target for 3
Hi.
rounds.
All right, and you fixed all your base check.
At the end of the 3rd round.
Stuff.
Yep.
Yourself
The
that.
flagship blasts
A
it from space.
giant golden beam shoots from the sky down onto the target. That's basically, was it Moonfire? I think is the spell in Fit Dead now.
I think
Okay.
That's
so.
like 5-foot rate. Fit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
One of the characters in the C team has been putting that thing to work. It's
So
pretty
Nice.
hilarious.
2nd through 6th.
Get him, man, because we can him. Okay. What do I want?
I get a 6th level spell.
I need a dancing jig.
What'd you pick?
I just know I get one.
Murder.
Let me look. Murder
Disintegrate. Oh wait, no, that
three.
didn't work.
That's right.
It has
Gordon
to be watery,
Cummings
right?
Big B's greater murder.
Mordenkainen's Moida. You mean?
Yeah, that's right.
I like Bigby's greater murder. But that one tickles me.
It is building up.
Well, you start with Bigby's lesser murder,
Yeah, that's right.
or no, it's Bigby's manslaughter. Bigby's manslaughter.
One, I want to say it was an AD&D. Like one of our clerics, he was a cleric of a god of murder,
Okay, this
and
is-
he was making up his own spells.
I did it on your other.
Like he was developing his own, and there was shit like that. Like he had some sort of murder spell, but like it was a lesser murder spell. It only worked.
Make those match.
We're at level 12 now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Making sure.
The spell only worked if the person he was using it on had not been named by the GM yet. If it was a name, it didn't work. They were too important.
Ooh, gayest quest. Chain lightning. Contingency. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Just now you're not even choosing them.
Circle of death. Create undead. Eye bite. Symbol of fear. Undeath to death.
I love that.
I like Finger of Death. It's classic.
Oh yeah, finger
That's
of death's
level
the
7.
great. I'm gonna finger you to death. Oh, you made the save? You still take this many d6.
Yep.
Form of the Dragon 1. Holy shit. Oh, Mage's Lubrication. It's actually lucubration.
It's
but still,
lucubration.
Lucubration.
that's never what I've called it.
No,
Yeah, good.
don't crush our dreams.
That's
Second.
Yeah, that's some fun stuff. Stone to flesh. Mmm.
Stone to bones.
Yeah, 7th is finger. 10d6. Oh no. 10 damage per level of one subject. That is awesome. Are you still looking for feats, John?
Yeah, I think I got what I need.
How are you doing, Lynn?
I have to still choose Arcana and
Can I
that's it.
turn pyrotechnics into hydrotechnics? Where instead of I turn fire into blinding light or thick smoke, I turn.
I don't know what to do.
Pyrotechnics?
Hi.
Pyrotechnics. Hyrule.
I love trickery.
Prying eyes. Pyrotechnics. Pathfinder bursted turns a fire
Yes, so I would.
into a burst of blinding fireworks or thick cloud of trickling smoke, depending on your choice. Spell using one fire source, which is immediately extinguished. Fire so large as simply extinguished, not extinguished. Fire-based
I
creature.
could add anarchic axiomatic color or unholy.
Okay, cool. So if this would be hydrotechnics, then it would be a source of water,
Like the true
Instead of-
heroine you are.
and then you could choose to do
But-
fireworks, or you could choose to
Critical
do
strike.
Splash?
When you
Water
score a
feature?
critical
Okay.
hit, use a swift action to cast it.
or
Like that.
sauna.
Oh man.
That'd be dick.
Water
But
feature what?
Or
I don't know if I
sauna.
have a really
Sauna?
good.
Yeah,
It would
or
be,
you
it would be
do
cold. It
flurry.
would be fog. It would be
Like a
fog.
touch.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Which
it
do you do?
Then
Cold
chucking
ice.
Oh,
grass.
you do ice. Okay, then flurry.
Yeah.
You know, I have like
Okay,
frost.
and then yeah, they would pretty much do the same thing.
That's crazy though.
So fountain or flurry?
Why?
Water feature or
Because, you
flurry?
know, you already
See
do
what
a lot
the-
of damage with your crit.
Been blinded.
Use your swift action and you're like, hey, got a spell on top of it.
It also maximized magic, which lets me cast one time per day, maximize spell without raising the spell level.
Oh shit.
Actually, let me reverse that. So fireworks would be flurry.
Okay.
So you don't lose a
And
higher
then
slot.
Smoke cloud would
Your
be
spell is just way more badass.
cold fog,
That's what I
or just yeah,
originally thought.
yeah. There you go. Because of how they,
Yeah.
how the flavor works for that, those match better.
Yuck.
Yeah, if you wanna bring those over next time, you can hang out.
Yeah.
We'll
I
check
just-
it.
I have the ability to do more spells per day, but unlike because the bar chart gives you how many spells you know, and then how many spells you can do. The ranger just gives you how many spells you can do.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many I'm supposed to be able to know. Does it matter?
I think you can do any of them, but you prep them. Let me check for you. Because because rangers are technically a divine caster,
Yeah.
much because druid,
That's good.
because they're fighter druids.
So it's a crit, then I can use a swift action
Spells.
to
Even
cast a
fourth level
spell.
ranger gains the ability to cast a small number
Make
of
a
divine
touch
spells.
attack
which
with a
are drawn from your
spell.
spell list.
It's a free
And you
action.
must choose and prepare his spells in advance. So
You're just like
every morning you're like,
all the
oh
spells.
no, I like
I mean, I could do
speak
that.
with
Or
animals
I could just
3 times.
do devoted play.
Oh fuck.
What does that do?
What's the other thing? It has
Yeah.
to match my alignment. What's my alignment?
Yeah.
Chaotic something.
Okay.
No, it's
Pick
not
what they are.
good, so it
Ah.
would have to be holy.
Are you splashing?
I am not splashing. I'm
And it's-
looking at Arcana things.
What?
You said if she's splashing, so
Oh, you found it?
Carp. Magic
Carp.
carp.
Are you
Yeah,
guys ready?
I got you.
She
I
is
got
Magic
you.
Carp.
I got you.
She got it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Good.
She is Magikarp.
Yeah, she
Kinda.
kind of was, and now she's a Gyarados.
Hmm?
Gyarados? Gyarados.
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 I'm not sorry.
Hakeem, light.
Aziz Light?
Whatever.
Oh,
Gyarados. What is this?
I told Amanda what I thought her mother looked like, and Amanda made it real. Wait for it.
Oh wow.
It's okay. I accepted that you had to do that.
We all cope.
Light.
We all cope in various ways.
You should show. Suggest. You need to show Jess. You need to show Jess. You need to show Jess. Jess needs to see this. You need to show Jess. When'd you get that? Didn't I already complain about this? That you got a new laptop? When'd you get that laptop?
It's really fucked out.
I know.
Please.
2
months ago?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know what to do.
What's the choice?
I don't know, all of them.
All of them.
What is it?
Devoted Blade, which lets you add anarchic, axiomatic, hilarious as your weapon. The other one is Critical Strike. When you score a critical hit, use a swift action to cast a touch attack spell.
That sounds like fun, but that predicates getting that crit.
Yeah,
And you wield a trident?
yes,
You're already at a flat 20 to crit, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So maybe not that one. What's the other one?
The other one?
Or is it just those two?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, there's other things.
That first one sounds baller. Does it do all of them or just one of your choice?
It has to be one that works with my alignment. So it would only be 3. So I'm like, maybe if I think I'm going to fight a lot of evil things, it would also go very well with the Undyne thing, but I don't know. I'm just underwhelmed. I'll do something else for now. Like, update my skills, maybe.
Do I want Elemental Body 3 or Freezing Sphere?
Think elemental body.
I'm like, I already have a lot of Freezing Sphere type deals.
Because then you can just be like, I am the Ice Queen.
Okay.
And then Amanda can make a joke.
Exactly like
She
that.
frigid since we was 6. Take the second one because it's baller,
2 through 6.
Lisa.
Pick one each.
Oh.
She's Sally.
Whatever.
Oh, like what?
And I get that shit keened.
Okay.
Trident. Yeah.
See? He approves.
Alright.
But that's because I want to keen everything.
We...
All day, every day. Keen. Keen good. Keen best.
Amanda has to pick her spells and roll.
What's your critical range right
Play
now?
while she picks her spells.
That's what I was saying. I think it's a flat 20. 'cause
Yeah, I think
tridents
so.
don't have a crit
I
range.
don't have it here.
Although there are times 4 or something stupid like that. You remember Lisa? Trident? Crit range 0, but
Yeah, no,
Times
it
4?
was times 3 or times 4. It's been a long time since I played with a trident.
two-handed melee.
It's actually one-handed.
It's one-handed.
Oh,
That's
no
why it's so
shit.
good. Yeah.
I had to
Mine
do
was-
that so I could do spell strike.
It's Marshall? Motherfucker.
Yep.
Mine was a two-handed because it was large.
Ah,
So it could be
Oh.
regular when I was
so
a
the actual
Only times 2.
two-handed is of Rancer. Rancer.
make it bigger.
Rancer.
Rancer. I'm just fucking with you now.
I have this handy list of stuff that I didn't get yet.
I don't even.
It can also be thrown. I think that
Oh.
was part of why,
That's
You
nice.
want-
Yeah, it has a
No,
range
it
of
was
10.
both the
Yeah.
throne and the fact that
since you wanted
I
a
needed my
spear
other
that you
hand.
could.
And I needed
Sure.
my other hand free too.
Right.
Oh yeah, keen that motherfucker, because then you could crit on a throw.
Yep. Oh,
That's
You just
right.
picked a
We're
bunch of
living that
spells.
life. We're living vicariously.
I've
I'm,
been-
I'm
I've
imagining
seen-
it
it
right
does
now.
seem
It's
this
like a
way,
thought
yes.
bubble of it.
Dude, ranged touch attack with your weapon.
Yes.
Because you're like, I hit, I crit,
Yep.
extra damages, more
So
spells.
2%.
Lol.
You're like, Paperboy, bitch.
That's right.
I
You
don't
just
know why
have
I'm
to pick
giving
your last
myself a
spells,
10 at this point, but
Oh no, you woke up. Kakariko Village,
Yep.
home of the Kakariko.
Okay.
That's funny because it's true. What the hell are you doing here? I think you're searching for something.
We're on a
Getting
fucking
Poe.
fetch quest.
Yeah.
Were you going to
We have
try and?
We got a Poe, I
Oh.
think, from
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dad.
Poe.
Yeah,
We
so
didn't capture a Poe. Like
I got a special
she
Poe.
she charmed a Poe off of Dak.
If you drink it,
Right.
you're married.
I
It
went
also
there.
does a shit ton of damage, so that's a choice.
We needed a feather willingly given, which Basil got from one of the freaky things.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's right.
hey, come around with your feathers,
Is this
man.
weird?
He was-
then
he was
Basil
so
made
happy
a
to give
handmade
it.
tree.
Yep.
Water of life. We're gonna go get.
Yeah.
Naked flame. I have acquired, and then writhing energy.
That's
That
the
one
lightning with
that one we're
blast.
getting last.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
get to Lake Hylia because that old coot is capturing lightning in the bottle.
Yes.
I don't know. But that's where the teleport is at, and I think the rationale was this one decays, so we had to get it last because
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
shit, we're doing better than I thought.
Yeah, you guys do that without me. Cool.
So you all roll out of your respective bunks.
Tub.
For you, it's a bunk. So yeah, bunk tub,
The bunk.
tub bunk.
Push it down a hill and it's a tobunkin.
Is that Blues
What's that fucking
Experience
episode?
or Games?
What did you give to Glenn? Rum ham rum.
Okay.
Okay.
From him.
Rumham.
Lorena, that's my lady.
Yeah, she.
Lorena's my new lady friend. We did sexy stuff.
We did the sex together.
You
Yeah,
did
that's
the
right.
sex.
Yeah. You guys.
Basil had to take a couple breaks to drink Powerade. His
Energy.
energy.
Uncomfortably energetic. With flavors like chocolate and Chateau Romani.
Strawberry, how about
Strawberry.
banana and gun?
Gone.
Is that Manana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
man,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Banana.
Which
And
ones
gone.
are you're really in? That's okay. Good.
I'm Leah. And she's Rhea.
Okay.
Those R for rabbit.
Aw.
And L for Lisa.
Oh, there's more. Okay, thank God.
Okay.
Just
Someone can
squeaking
have a
like an
janky
old
one.
wheel there.
So choose. Basil is glowing.
Yeah, that's right. You
We
have
like
cake.
can't make sentences happen.
You had like sandwiches and cake.
I've gotten it before. It's actually
And
kind of
then-
useful. It's just terrible.
Lady time.
Lady time.
Hyrule follows Iveria out under her umbra. And just, the light's extra awful today.
Yeah, where you guys headed next? I don't know what you're doing. I just live here.
We have to go to a place to get the water
I'm
stuff.
gonna go to Lake
Yeah.
Hylia.
So, water of life.
Cool. How you doing that?
You gonna make us
Walking.
sing again?
I want to know how you're getting there.
I don't know if we remember the tune anymore.
You never do because we don't play often enough,
I know.
and you guys don't care enough. It's okay.
Aw.
I'm happy to remind you each and every
I
time.
remember kind of.
I know.
I don't think
you care a little more, which
I don't know if
still
we've
isn't
been to that platform yet, anyway. So we might have to
Yeah.
hoof it.
Yeah, I don't
She
think
has.
that.
Oh, yeah,
What?
sorry.
Yeah, she has.
You
Wait,
have-
is only one person has to have done it?
Yeah,
enough.
because
If
we're
you
all
can
linked
describe it
together.
well enough to them, and they can picture it in their mind.
Okay. I don't know what it actually looks like. I, as in the player.
You're too much of an airhead.
Well,
It's a
I'm
circular
a waterhead.
head in the water. It
Thank
looks
you,
like
Sally,
stone.
for actually texting me those dating game names. The rest of you have failed me. Thank you.
I was going to, and then we started talking about it, so I
What?
thought maybe we didn't have to.
No,
Mine's
I will not
upstairs in my
remember because I'm a
iPad.
terrible person.
wait,
Watch the
does
episode.
Dream Daddy count as weird?
It's
Because
too mainstream.
I
I
guess.
played Blood Rose Plus.
My
was a
favorite
really bad
was
vampire
actually
one.
not
Really
weird,
bad.
but just
It was
really
bad.
depressing.
Like, the story was bad. Like, they didn't translate it properly.
Mhm.
It was bad.
Perfect.
You feel bad playing that.
First one is vampires.
I was hoping for more.
What's it called? God damn it. The giant things, the platform that you do onto. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do the
Rubber
image.
skin.
Maybe that'll do it. That kind of works. Maybe. Yeah, that's better.
This is a perfect search right now. Like, hey Siri, you know the platform you doodaloo on, and then you teleport.
That's
I'm
not
sorry,
safe for
Toby.
work.
I don't know what you mean.
That's not safe for work.
This is what the internet said.
You're not listening, you code. Have you seen that video of the like? There's several of them, just
In the-
Scottish
in the,
people
in the
yelling at
elevator?
Alexa.
Oh my god, how fucking
Mhm.
weird is this? There's a
There's
spell that
Calm
if you
down.
lose,
Calm
if go
down.
unconscious,
Well, there's
it will
one where it's like
activate
this
your
girl is
armor
yelling at
and make
Alexa
it
trying
like
to get
animate
a song, and she's been like,
with your body in it.
Find that
Yep.
song.
You just pass out.
It's like
Your
you're going to do an
armor.
English accent.
Oh,
So go
weird.
ahead and pass that over to Sally, so she can try and describe it.
That's the Lake Area one. Yeah, because
John,
then,
if
then
you
Are we
wanna-
going to Lake Hylia?
If you want to help her, are you
We
going
have to go to. We have to go to.
yeah, we have to go to Zora's
Zora's
Domain
Zora's
first.
Realm first.
Oh,
Yeah,
which-
to get the water of
That's
life.
different. Although you can get there from there, she knows the shortcut.
Yeah,
But then
But-
you all need to swim.
Oh,
Ah.
I got it.
that's
I have
humorous.
swim.
That is humorous.
Swim-
Or find
Great.
a way to
I have
not
swim.
not drown.
I can swim. That's why
I mean,
can
okay,
take my
it's
armor
across a
apart.
bridge.
No, yeah, pass it back.
This.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the lake.
Well, that's if you want to go to Lake Hylia, which then has a shortcut to your place. But
Okay.
then you got to figure out
I do this to Tony.
how to do a thing.
It's cute
Yeah,
because
we
he
still
just did
gotta
the same
go to
thing while you
Carrie
were
Fills
playing.
her out.
Did he
But-
really?
Did I tell you that there
I had my
was
headphones on. I didn't even notice.
something
What did he need help with?
He wanted an M&M.
in the
In the
in
Kokiri.
Zora's domain that would help?
I thought so.
Or there's also there's
No,
also
use
the
the
forest and
cartridge
the
or the
thing.
pencil.
I said things, but I don't remember what I said. That would be.
I think it's on that. It's got tape on the edges. Oh.
Jabu's Pond.
5.
Critical flavor.
That's what it says.
Hmm?
Zora Domain, Jabu's Pond.
Is 0.
That's where we're going.
10, right?
Yeah, because the shortcut. The
You
shortcut
don't like
leads
these.
you into.
Cool. Let's do it the old-fashioned way then, and see whether or not you can help yourself. Go ahead and make me a. What kind of knowledges you got? Got knowledge local by any chance?
Me?
Yeah, I got a little bit.
Not you.
No. I've got Dungeon and Arcana.
I don't know, Grim. What do you got?
Very meager.
Don't you have a bunch of random knowledges? I'm like, what is
I
it?
have some. I have nobles,
And she actually
Local.
owned this thing.
but primarily dungeoneering and engineering.
Give me a noble. We'll see if you get weird on that one. Is that a D20?
That is not a D20.
You just roll it.
I rolled a D10 and I
Yes.
blankly looked at it. That's 20.
Oh, you got 20?
I have.
Yeah, well, not
That being
uh,
one of our-
that 20.
No.
Modified 20.
That was
Well,
the DC
you know
I was
what?
looking for,
Maybe
actually,
it could be
for
because it's
noble.
supposed to be our when we're
So,
large and it's our
Once or
highest level
twice,
spell.
you've actually seen
Yeah.
Lord Jabu Jabu before he passed away. now there's a shrine there. And of course, Sally, you know all this.
Mhm.
There's a shrine there in his honor. They still give offerings to it. Because the spirit keeps them safe or some whatever weird fish people do.
Okay.
And you remember that you always thought it was really freaking weird that there was this like owl statue on one of the little islands out to the right. Like, because you'd be standing there and like, this feels weird, waiting for them to give fish to the fish. Well, I guess that's how you get that big of a fish, is you eat smaller ones. It's a weird owl statue. I wonder what that's about. And I can ask my superior, because he keeps telling me to shut up, and rightly so. Weird fucking owl statue. But you remember it, nonetheless.
I relate this.
And when he mentions that, Sally, you're also like, there is a weird owl statue back there on that island. That's next to the fairy fountain. I always wondered why that was there too. But then I would get distracted, never actually ask.
It sounds like something I'd do.
Now, who of you actually remembers you can port to owl statues as well as to the platforms?
Oh, I'll never forget that shit.
It entombs me in this strangling bubble of.
There's no escape. The grasslands are filled with birds.
Once in my life, I didn't have to deal with a fucking bird, and now they're everywhere. And my life revolves around them, and I hate everything.
So, do you remember Zora's Domain at all, Sally? Where Jabu Jabu was?
Been a while.
Remember the big king?
It's been a while.
Of course I do. Boo. Of course I
Jabu
do.
Jabu is just gigantic fish,
Okay.
and you go inside it
Why?
because there's a dungeon in there.
Yeah, I really don't remember that.
All right, so two of you recall this area. Now, if you can describe to the other three well enough what this place looks like, maybe you'll end up there.
You know why your character would remember it is because Ruto always fucking hangs out there.
Anybody else want a glass for Riesling?
Yeah, we'll try it.
You want? Matt.
No, we got Boba coming.
I'm not going home, so what? Like, I am home.
You are.
Oh, I'm not going home.
You're at home dose right now. This will become home prime later.
It's okay. I still think it's weird for a little bit too, because I'll be like, oh
I'm
show
trying-
me Jess's and Lisa's.
The orderable.
I'm
That's
trying not to say Jess and Tony's and just say the apartment. It's taking a while.
No, it will. It's fine.
I like this being a great hall.
call the house I
Everybody
grew
can
up
get up.
in my house, even though I don't live there and my parents don't live there. Like, no one lives there anymore.
Yeah,
Or
right.
however much
Chinese
you want,
people
because
live
I'm
there
not
now.
Boba coming either.
But no one
Yeah,
related to us lives there
with
anymore. But it's
cheese,
like, yeah, you know, our
because-
house right over
Getting rid
here.
of Boba.
Are you?
Still just says order received and they're closed now. But they would have called.
Yeah.
Like, we ordered within 20 minutes before they closed.
Yeah, but you know,
So now we
sometimes they
don't
stay
know.
open like 2 hours later because they're like, stay open. We still have customer.
Take your extra purchase.
Craft a body
Text- thank you,
part
John.
onto
Text
myself.
your
no,
person.
It's not past the delivery
know.
estimate yet.
But it
Is it
hasn't
okay
said
if
he's
I do
picked it up
this?
yet.
I don't know. Do you think it is?
Megan, is it okay if I do this?
You're not scratching it. You're just gently rubbing.
I'm just kind of, but I mean, like the fabric's not moving.
Yeah, but you might
It's
be
better.
grinding
It's
some of the
better to
fibers
just
into
smack
your.
it.
You might
Yeah,
still be grinding
just-
fibers into your skin,
Yeah.
which could cause infection.
You're an infection.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
never
If it
claimed to be-
itches,
Like cling
smack
root
it.
and can't
I
die.
look like a crazy
It's
person,
totally
but
an
it's the
infection.
best option.
Yes.
Cheers.
You got the best
I've
receptacle.
got my guy in a bit. I've got my glass over here.
The best receptacle out of all of us.
So yeah, describe the fishy place to the rest of your crew so they can picture it in their mind's eye.
Right. It's wide open. There's little stairs and little days.
Is there water in it?
Well, yes.
I know.
There used to be a big fish living there.
Try not to think about it.
Right.
That's a lot of
Wait, I
sandwiches.
can't think about it, but I want to think about it.
I mean, try not to think about that. It was pooping in there.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just life. I mean, I poop in there sometimes. I'm forewarning it, but whatever.
No, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I'm sure she did too.
Because you're one of because since you're technically a princess, you're one of the few who have access to the holy font.
You think I didn't poop in the holy font? You don't know, Relenta.
She hella did. She didn't even have to a couple times, just on prison.
Right. Are we going to go swimming there? But I don't even gotta go. I'm gonna eat something and drink.
So they try to relay to you this. So Grim-
all I've noticed
Grim
is it's a wide
describes
open
it-
space. where
This
the
this
dais-
whole conversation is basically her talking about how she pooped in the water.
No,
and
seriously, this takes like 2
Grim-
hours because I keep.
no, I believe
Grim
derailing
trying
it.
to re-ground it to no, like none of that. None
he's
of
trying
that.
to describe to you the bored,
Yeah, and there's
analytical,
an owl statue.
ridiculous situation. And she's like, "Oh god, there was this branch, and I kept hitting Rudo with it, and then like it got her in the eye, and then we kept laughing about haha, got her in the eye, and then she hit me with it. It was the best.
This
None of
got
this
me in
helps.
the eye.
There's nothing to do with the plan.
None of this helps.
for fear of stopping your wonderful story of beating your princess with a stick. Grim, you said there's an owl statue?
Yes.
Well, then we can get to there.
Yeah, but
We have
maybe that's good enough.
we have to visualize it.
That was that's what I was like.
Okay.
You do, that's why they need
And
to describe
apparently,
it. so
I
you can
can't visualize fish. And
You're artistic.
hitting Rudo in the face. And
That was like 10 years ago.
Things that I wouldn't say I'm artistic.
Well, couldn't you,
you don't know.
listen to what he said and try to draw it out?
I don't draw, I whittle.
Couldn't you
Well,
will?
yeah.
That's a landscape. Can it be cylindrical?
Let's find your ass a stump and get to it.
Right.
Shit. We just stayed there for a week as
When they could have just walked.
Basil
Does
Basil
Dak
just
show
makes
up?
this diorama of what this looks like.
Alright.
Is
Because
he
maybe
supposed
he.
to?
No, but what it looks
It's
like,
like,
we'll get a better idea.
Oh, he totally could.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's not around.
I know someone who may tell us where, like, what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think between the 2 hours, they got as good as they're going to get. But if you really want to try and tap Dak, haha,
Tap
We
that Dak.
Yeah.
tap Dak.
That didn't happen last night.
If you wish
Grim
to use
didn't
him as
say
a
that.
resource,
No.
sure.
There's other things too. If they're
You think we got a good enough picture from what they said then?
I don't know.
I have no
Should
qualms
we
with it.
should
I
we
mean,
roll some
He's a
sort
good
of
enough
like,
man, and then we
I'm
got a
all
pull
for,
out of
I'm
the
all for
deal.
you
So.
getting out another NPC to fuck around with for another hour or two, so that this game continues to never end.
We
But like I said, if we're not getting the picture of it from them, we should find someone who will give us a better picture.
I don't know. I
Because
think
they're not
that's
exactly as
really-
articulate.
Go ahead and you two go ahead and roll a what would that be?
Diplomacy?
No. So my reflex was like so my first thought was like wisdom, but then I was like maybe it's a perform check. What do you think would be?
if
You
it's
want
performed,
me to. I have no
I
reform.
can do wisdom.
I have
What do you think?
+1 in wisdom
Talk me into something. What do you want to use?
for
Survival.
visualizing things.
Yeah, I think I'll use survival as I use
Yeah, because
a
you can
broken
describe
stick
the layer.
and I trace what the
Nice.
area looks like
There you go.
into the ground.
And then
Right.
she corrects it.
And I put rocks and
Yeah, I corrected. Like, okay, here's where Fishy
What do you
was,
got?
and here's where
Here's
we
where
had
the
that
stick
fight.
was. Yeah.
yeah. All right, I'll roll survival.
Here's where it
What do you got, Rolenta?
Wait, I don't have a big enough rock for it, but am I rolling?
What are you trying to do to
Jesus
help?
Christ.
Okay, I don't know. Can I just use int to remember things?
Yeah.
I,
That's all I wanted.
That's what he's fucking asking you.
I got an 8.
I got 18.
So while they're
survival.
still trying to draw the Venus de Milo over there, I'm gonna go walk and find Dak.
I got an 18
Right,
survival.
don't split the party.
I'm stopping just short of like starting to put miniatures.
So you're like, I get it, guys, I get
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah.
And she's locked off.
Yeah, it's done.
So
Am I close enough to hear it's done?
make a perception check.
Shoot an arrow at her.
Just send a chicken
20.
after her.
Oh, yeah,
Come running
that's
right. 20. You hear, it's done.
Comes back. How lovely.
I don't know if it's up to scale, but
Well, when I kicked something, it was that big against my foot, so I drew it like.
Right. No. Okay.
well, it's because the water. I don't know. Like I never swam in it, so like it's the distance is a little, eyeball.
You started digging to represent that you're like, I don't actually know what the depths are. I'm just gonna stop.
Well, I probably could save that much.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's this dude.
Of course, you remember that.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. So it's good.
Okay.
Not everyone's here. Are you gonna do her part? Do you not want to do her part?
I'm just gonna ask if she's gonna be long.
I'm gonna.
The chore.
Somebody else's bowel movements.
Meanwhile, y'all have been gifted basically bagels with schmear
Okay.
from the kitchen. The woman who was working the counter was working the front desk last night before you all went to bed. Comes out and is like, "These
Okay,
are
I'll
on the
sing
house
her
this
part.
morning. Thanks for your patronage." And she winks at you.
Is that what we call it?
Well, no, this is the mom.
Oh, that's worse.
Your mom.
Yeah. Ew.
Basil's not gonna check that check mark yet.
Full house.
No eye contact. Made.
The mother daughter.
What's that notebook you're checking things off about?
More like that sounds like holy.
Right.
Basil's
Don't
I'm
worry
checking
about
my
it.
achievements.
You have a very lovely daughter. I'll be over here.
Yeah, she.
You have a very lovely daughter.
Grim knows instinctually that she wants to ask if you have bright prospects and are looking to settle down anytime soon.
No.
But she sees that you guys are very involved in something and leaves it.
Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, but that would mean that I'd be having sex with Mrs. Robinson.
Well, apparently she's winking at you.
Oh no!
Because she thinks
Yes.
I'm a suitor.
Yeah.
she's
Thinking she's gonna get a son-in-law out of the deal.
Not unless you're really.
I mean, he
shaking my
hasn't made any move
identity for
towards
you.
her, so
No.
she's not like her young independent daughter. who-
Technically, I didn't make any moves for the
Yeah.
daughter either.
Yeah.
She walked in and went, that fucker.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I'm just gonna go along with this. This can't turn positive.
Basil just ate sandwiches and that triggered
Like a
something.
boss.
Nice euphemism
She
there.
figured he had the endurance.
I have really high constitution.
So-
Exactly.
So I will be playing the part of my sister.
Okay. So, staring at this
This lovely drawing.
1/28 scale
Rendition.
diorama, trying to visualize it in your minds, and also the mental image of Rito getting jabbed with a stick. You all start the chant. And
Kinda did it.
as you
Sort of.
and as you bop it out,
That's probably the most painless we've ever done.
the
it.
world starts to shimmer and fade like really bad glamour photos, and you're wrapped up in white, bright feathers,
I'm mashing hay.
cocooned, as if transported in an egg
Mashing a
of soft, downy white feathers.
Yeah.
The sound of flapping is deafening as you all are suddenly standing on much more damp, loose earth, white feathers fluttering everywhere.
Petrified.
You
can't escape it.
you look out and there's this serene, tranquil pool of water, high walls. There is a giant fish. Oh wait, not really. It's like an effigy, sort of a tribute made to look like a giant fish against a small raised dais with steps, and the water flows around it and then into a tunnel. As it appears, a giant cliff has been dammed off to divert the flow into this tunnel. Behind you is another tunnel that paths off into the darkness. You will have to either skirt the extreme edge between the two tunnels to get to the dais, or swim across, which is deep enough that it will be inconvenient, but not too deep that you'll die.
You can remove your arm with that thing.
Yeah, I
Bob.
can.
Oh yeah, he's got the brooch.
I mean,
Yes.
I basically jump right in. It's like, yeah, water.
I have ranks and swim.
And you have a broom.
It's underwater on
I
a broom.
How do you know how to help other people?
That sounds like
Actually,
Yeah.
I know he does track and field vision, but I feel like
And you're a mean dog battle.
It's a strength.
I was like,
yes.
I don't think you have enough body mass to float though.
I feel like
He's got a lot of surface area.
All I see is Shaggy, and I'm like, it's just skin and bones.
I don't
So
have
instead
to roll
of
if
this,
I have
it's
a.
this.
I don't have to roll if I have a swim speed, do I?
He's just running at the
Shaggy.
I
bottom.
don't have to
Have you
roll if I
seen
have a swim speed.
No,
do
you
But
yeah,
that's
that's, yeah.
I just imagine him
But
but
running.
there's just a lot of. He's like trying to do.
There's a lot of kicking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his arms are just like so long and gangly.
A lot of kicking.
It's like watching an octopus.
Yeah, he's like trying to do freestyle, but he.
He's
lots
just
of-
displacing
they're
water in
yeah,
front
they're
of him.
splashing.
The neural sort of hops and flutters and then just sort of floats across.
You want a little plate on top? You reach. Okay.
Jesus.
I just have to sit on my
How do you traverse Grim? You just schluck
Well, I can
along the
swim.
sides, or
I-
you-
Click the brooch to remove my armor, and then I will swim.
Cool.
I know how to.
You float across.
I was gonna say, yeah, you two have a couple different ways to traverse it. Cool. So you get over to the little dais, and you see that this impending this impressive trout bass catfish thing. Bunch of offerings out in front of it. Cool. And then the tunnel into the darkness, you hear the splashing of waterfalls, and you can sort of smell the light smoke of like torches or a bonfire, and a little bit of a bustle, like there's things in there sort of going about their day.
Off we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, hike in.
You're home.
Yay!
There's the domain.
Wait, is it? Can we walk through the tunnels, or are they?
Yeah, it's like knee height at worst.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
it's a lot of water that sort of moves consistently at that depth, but it's not difficult to traverse through. Yeah, as you walk through the tunnel, you see
Which tunnel?
the one next to the dais.
You said there were two.
Yes, you guys walked away from the one that was
Oh, I get it.
above water level. This one is below
Lower.
water, or at water level.
Okay.
And as you walk in, you notice that there is large barred gates starting at the side of the walls that opens up into another cavern, and a huge mountainous form has itself planted betwixt the gates. and you cannot pass unless you were to perhaps fly over the bars.
Okay, bye.
That is not related.
Perfect music cue.
So wait, what is this thing?
That's Lord Jabba Jabba, or that's King Zora. He's always
Okay,
there.
I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just huge.
that's his spot. That's his throne. You know that.
I'm back thinking.
He goes, eh?
It's me, Relenta.
Oh,
Looks
right.
like
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Just
you're
a
right.
second.
just a huge fish man.
There's this very, very slow scoot that he does. This is normal. It's alright.
You have to walk all
Did
where
we
he
break?
rubbed his butt.
Did we break him?
No, that's just the noise he makes every time he butt scoots
Yeah,
over a
it's
bit.
totally normal. Nice.
He doesn't get up. He just butt scoots
And
all
he
over
goes-
the place.
How did you get down there? I don't remember moving to let you up. Did I fall asleep again?
No, we teleported back there. Owl statues.
There's a
Coming.
teleport?
We're not supposed to tell people we can do that. We all try to do it. I did it once too.
Who are all these people?
Oh wait, is this one of the? Oh, damn
This
it.
game is basically all of us trying not to get Rolenta to give away all of our trade secrets.
They're my friends.
Welcome to Zora's domain. I am King Zora of the Zoras.
Very blatantly just like,
I know, it's weird. But we know who we're talking about.
Like holding Meryl. It's like,
You have quite a collection of friends.
Yeah.
But
You're
I
all
guess you and Rudo have always been unique Zoras. So, good.
I think that's a good thing. Maybe.
Should you have any needs while here, tell her.
Oh, we shall.
Good. And if she gives you any trouble, tell me or Rudo.
that's good.
I'm gonna do that.
We shall.
I
We're just-
vomited glitter into a corner.
We're just watching King Zora butt scoot all over this place.
I gave away a secret again.
Yeah,
Yay.
you found the world on our shit.
And Rolenta's just giving away all of our secrets.
I mean, I think it's partially because in real life, I also don't remember.
It's like, hey, we're on a secret mission for the queen.
So where he sits is actually a waterfall ledge that drops down about 10 feet to another pool, which lets off to the right through another tunnel. Or from the ledge, there's a little path down to the left that sort of comes up to a little like presentation podium where if he sits in the proper spot, he can talk and converse over the waters. And then down that is another tunnel that's an actual path. Unless you want to keep talking to King Zora.
Because it was picked up.
Nah. I was on path.
There.
Do you head down the pathway, or do you head over to the waterfall?
Don't we need water?
I head down the path.
Okay.
We're flying, so we can go wherever the hell we want.
I guess I
Grim
go
and
wherever
Basil
you
start
went.
tripping down the actual waterfall. Yeah, you remember. You know where this goes. You know where everything is. Where do you?
I don't know where
do
I
you
am
go?
even when I'm not home.
Oh no, yeah, your character knows. where you are.
So you said we could get the water of life here. Like where? Like where are we supposed to get it? Just any water will do? Glad we're figuring this out now that we're here.
Knowledge and ability again.
I was gonna say, I turn around to King Zora.
It check.
My int check was a 16.
Grim, you want to roll that knowledge and ability again? See if your powers combined. give me what I want.
I probably knew at the point of time when I wrote that. Now I don't.
Only 14.
All right, you're like, yeah, like the water of life, because all the water comes from the Zora domain,
Right.
so it should be here. You remember with the 16 that it's sort of the like Zora creation myth that all Zora are born from Jabu's fountain. Like Lord Jabu Jabu was like this creator deity, and that.
Oh yeah, it's that creation story thing. Oh yeah.
There you
I
go.
knew that.
Permanent loop.
So wait, Jabba Jabba's fountain though? Weren't we just there? So why did we leave?
Butt scooting all over the
We have to go back over there, guys.
Oh. No.
This is gonna be awkward.
And back we go.
Yeah, right.
Never mind.
Sorry, we forgot something.
So you walk back out.
Yeah.
Splash, 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 splash. Back out. You walk back out Jabu's fountain, and again you see this serene pool, little dam diverting the water down into the cave. There's the little dais with the statue, little island. Cave.
I just realized this is the place where I've been pooping.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew as soon as you landed. Poop there. I pooped there.
I've pooped in the life water.
That's
I'd be
the
like,
water.
that's about right there.
Yeah,
That's
life
the
is
water
gross,
we
so-
have to collect.
Yeah.
Perception
Gross
checks.
poop
I mean
water.
that part right there, I didn't poop in nearly as much.
Nat 20.
Because I didn't want the statue looking at me. It was weird.
13.
Which one is it?
Oh god.
Perception.
13.
I got it 12.
What a big score.
So
21.
plus 12.
Dude,
Oh, okay.
she rolled a 2.
What was yours, Grim?
21.
What was
12.
it? Okay. So you three are like so cool. Just anywhere. Maybe it's got to be significant. Grim, you're like, I feel like it needs to be like significant. So maybe like
Here's water.
from somewhere around the fish
I don't see
thing.
much of it.
Right.
Are they? And you look over and you're like, oh, there's actually little rain catches all over the fish god, and at the bottom of his jaw, there's a small like bowl where it seems to collect and then flow over when it rains, and it seems to have like sort of a glow to it while it rests in the bowl.
That water looks strange in its bowl. Maybe it's that water.
You recall that, yes, Jabu, blessed by the
The
goddesses,
water, yeah.
Water
by
emitted,
default.
basically vomited out the fish that would become the Zora.
Cool.
And he chose them to be
It's a
his
life we
champions
don't
and servants and
It's a lively wind. I can
and the keepers of his legacy, whereas all other fish would not gain sentience and therefore be food.
You guys weren't born, you were vomited.
I actually get really excited about them. Like, hey, our story's got vomit in it.
So,
I pooped
so
in
while they're
there.
talking about vomit and
Life
shitting
is
again, I'm going to take my
Life is
jar
gross.
and go like,
Perfect.
Okay.
Water of life.
there we go.
Open your menu to set it to C.
That's right.
Although you wouldn't know that, DS user.
I still have to.
Oh, okay.
not see.
Not C, but like I still have to set it to something.
Anyway,
Use it.
success. Well done.
I feel like that took longer because of me.
We accomplished something.
Is this still squirting?
No.
Alright, what's
I don't know.
Now we have to go
Do
to
we
like
have to do
Hyrule.
the last thing that
Yeah.
was like
is it the last
timely?
one?
Yes.
Okay.
Right energy is all we need.
So, how you gonna get where?
You're gonna have to tell us what Hyrule looks like. Do we know what Lake Hyrule looks like?
She does.
Didn't you just say
Grim
that
does.
Yeah, there was a
we could
bridge.
get to
Oh,
Lake
Mike.
Hylia from here?
I say that?
You just said there was a
I thought
shortcut.
it was the other way around.
So, at the bottom of the pool in the main town area of Zora's domain, there is a shortcut portal from Lake Hylia to Zora's domain and vice versa. You and Rudo have been there a few times.
Well, if we
Several
want to do
times.
that, we gotta
Because
go back.
all the hip
through
Zora
there.
youngins go through there and like fuck around in Lake Hylia because whatever, man, like this is where we can be free. Shit.
I guess.
So you would know.
Not
Okay.
a part of your system.
Grim would have been there because Lake Hylia is technically part of the Hyrule Kingdom.
Right.
So he's probably been stationed there at least once.
There's that weird old.
Did you? So you watched us young Zora stick it to the man? Like,
Yes.
That's
Cool.
not what it looked like, but sure.
Yeah.
That's what I
you think.
thought
Yeah,
it was.
Exactly, yeah.
We just saw some of your people swimming around,
All
Being
about
assholes.
perception.
being assholes.
I think Grim recognized it for what it really was, teenage angst in action, whereas you guys thought it was sticking it to a man.
Grim recognized it for what it was. Truancy.
Choking like a true dad. Hey Basil, you think you ever got that far south?
Basil, this is the first time Basil's like ever really left.
Long range.
Basil
This
has
is quite
no
an
idea.
adventure.
You've ranged about the field some, but
Would
probably
we
never
have gone
covered it.
past it going to Hylia?
No,
No.
It's all the way south.
it's yeah, it's like no, it's there, but
Well, that's what we have to do.
I know you do, yeah, but from San Jose, they're like,
Okay,
no, you just take one way to the yeah. It's there, you know it's there, but you
Never seen it.
probably never, yeah, you
For
probably
those,
you
for
probably
those
get
of
like
you
whatever
watching
reverse of
online,
agoraphobia
the
is,
stream
you're
just
like,
got
"How much
very
water
as shit
doesn't
right now.
exist. Like
Yeah.
you would freak out every time you would get to the field and be like, why is it all green? Why isn't it
Why are we in
sand?
Oakland?
You know, I actually have that.
I
right?
think that's the
Yeah,
most
werewolf
important
faces,
question. We don't go to Oakland unless they're
Which is
werewolves.
That's right.
And that-
Is it on
Yes.
its way?
It
I'm
says
actually there
yes,
fairly
but
often because
he's
of
just-
work.
I mean, maybe it's just not
Oh, wait,
updating.
okay.
No dick, no boba.
Yeah.
No balls, no boba.
There's a one. So, you know how when you get cats neutered, they relieve them of their
Yeah.
dingle bits?
Yeah.
Well, apparently they don't do that anymore. They like to leave a little bit of dignity, so they just remove one.
That's weird.
So one of the cats at the winery, Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Is now lefty.
Yep. So he was. I was trying to get a picture of him for Instagram so I could put it up for Catterday, and he turned around and I looked at him and went, "Mary Claire, is Cooper not neutered?" And she goes, "Yeah, he is." And I'm like, "Did they forget some?" And she goes, "No, they just do it like that now, so you know, make him feel special." And I went,
That's
okay,
weird.
so
You
this
just leave one as a
tabby
remnant.
cat now has one.
When
One
Huckleberry
testicle.
was still a little baby kitten, when we originally got, because we got him and his brother together, and his brother had short hair, and Huckleberry had long hair, and we were told by the people that we got the cats from that Huckleberry was a girl cat.
Nope.
You just couldn't find it.
So, because there was so much fluff, we didn't know. I thought we were going looking for it, so we were just like, yeah, we got a girl cat and a boy cat, it's fine.
Well,
And we got them when they were little baby kittens, so we had to wait till they were old enough. I think it's like 8 weeks or.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we waited till they were old enough, so we could take them to the vet, and we're like, we need one spayed and one neutered, and the vet was like, no, you need them both neutered. And my mom was like, no, this one's a girl. And the vet was like, no, it's a boy. And my mom was like, well, no, it's a. First of all, why is my mom arguing with the veterinarian? I'm pretty sure the vet
So
knows.
which one of the two of us has been all up in this cat?
So the vet goes, no, it's a boy. Look, like takes my mom's hand and just cups the cat.
I would have just been doing the
Look,
little
and
tail
I'm sitting
thing.
there. I'm like 10. I'm like sitting there watching them argue because they were out in like we weren't even like back in the exam room because it was the just like spay neuter clinic. Like it wasn't like the vet.
Nice.
Oh, God. But so and like no, look, and
Woink.
like my mom was like, oh yeah, 2 neutered, please. And I was just like, I have a boy cat. And I changed his name
So
because
sweet.
his name before that was Kimberly, and I changed to Huckleberry.
Good name, good change.
He was named Kimberly
Good change.
Aisha after the pink and yellow Rangers at the time.
Nice.
And he got changed to Huckleberry.
I'm still not getting over the fact that at 10 you saw an argument that was solved by ball cupping.
I mean, I saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time when I was like 6 years old, so none of this was new.
Have some ball cupping.
Our first Sheltie Sunny was only born with 1 testicle. And then they were like, we should probably remove it because it could give him cancer later. And then when they were going to remove it, they found the other one inside. Yeah. It was there, just
Poor
not.
boy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It was hiding. Who's
Poor
shy?
dog. So yeah, now 10 cats leaves 1 prosthetic.
Huh.
So how do you want to try to get to?
We can just walk back in and
Seamless
go to the
segue.
portal.
Speaking of testicles, let's get wet.
Also, like, wouldn't it be
I keep
weirder
thinking
if
of
we
Baldy
went back
One
this
Nut.
way and didn't come back?
I mean, you can do it right in front of him or whatever.
Like,
You know, it's fine. I don't care. I mean,
These also have
you know, Zora doesn't phase easy. He
not
don't
as
give a
much
shit.
as these for some
He's
reason.
pretty honey badger about his life.
But I want to go through the portal. I don't know. It gives me nostalgia.
Sure.
Sure.
Is it another feather portal?
No,
No, it's
Okay,
a water
that's
portal.
fine. Let's go to that one.
we'll have to go underwater for that one.
Can we? Guess so.
Well, we'll just have to swindle it. I guess
Okay.
it's at
Yeah,
the
as long
bottom.
as you've got swim.
I have swim.
JC,
Do you have swim?
Yes.
Then you have to give yourself.
JC, did you get the text?
No.
Nope.
Not listening.
Thought I did.
All right. Well, she'll find it. It's fine. Cool. So you guys are gonna. Oh wait, I was not tuned in at all because I was answering my text.
I can
Was
give
your
her
phone
water
there?
breathing.
Did I use your
Oh.
phone?
So you guys flutz your way down around the throne room, down a little pathway, and as you come around a bend, you see down below you. Basically, imagine a really clean, really well themed, like hot spring cavern water park with tons of fish people
Wow, that is super not one that I wanted to know. Why are people Googling that?
just strolling around.
I was trying to Google how long chickens can hold their breath for. And then when I got to how long can chickens hold, it was like sperm? How long can chicken hold sperm? And I was like,
What the? What?
no, that's not what I was asking.
Oh, I guess if they're trying to inseminate or something.
There's still no reason to know how long.
People Google weird
Hold their
shit.
breath.
I worked on a farm. You don't
breasts.
You don't wonder how
As long as-
long. The
as long as it
inseminator
takes
comes
you to take the
in,
moment.
he does his job in 5 minutes, and then everybody leaves a little bit more
So
ashamed.
I don't think I can go that way because apparently chickens are supposed to go underwater.
Well, you need to find a solution for now.
I do.
I have a solution, but you're like getting it from me.
Well, let me see
Well,
what
then
I
you
know
have to
how
wear
do.
the eye patch and be her spotter. So you see how you feel about that.
His
I have to actually. Touch
Sorry,
it.
his.
I have to actually touch it.
Hmm.
Well, let's see. If
And then you'll
Baz can
also
figure it
have
out
to. And then you'll also have to wear a dead chicken's eye patch. How you feel about that?
I'm trying to see if there's anything that fits me, but
first. Who is this now?
Does anybody
Which
have
she
water
fits in.
breathing?
It's like the other one. Whoever
She
does it last.
does.
I
has to-
have it.
Oh, but then you have to touch
Innately-
neural to deliver it.
You can do it.
She doesn't have
Are
water
we-
I
breathing.
don't.
is it?
I'm like the watery toilet.
How does the portal work?
I'm the water retard.
It's underwater.
Okay, it's
You have to
underwater.
cross it. It's like a threshold.
Okay.
So you see this
Take us down one at a time.
this
All I have to do is touch you, and then you
Okay.
have it.
Cool.
That's the problem.
this civilization of fish people going about their day. It looks like a bustling city center, but they're all fish people and naked mostly, and
Neural.
conducting their day. You know, lounging,
That one's wearing
splashing,
a kilt and fancy boots.
trading, yeah, etc.
Ooh, I can give her greater magic thing.
And
Sorry, I'm
Irrelevant to the
I
moment.
know it's irrelevant.
I've been irrelevant this
Can I just
whole
stick her in my
time.
bag? It's a handy haversack.
they suffocate. So it's the same.
But
holding
it's
your
like,
breath.
isn't it 10 minutes though? Like there.
Yeah,
there's
no,
something-
like you have some air. It's like being in a. I mean, that might be better than being submerged. Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Because
it
it
depends.
said, because the thing that I just googled said that chickens can hold their breath, but they should not be held underwater.
There you go.
So if we're going by real world chicken logic,
Real world chicken logic or real world chicken
Came in a
physics?
fancy box.
yeah.
Oh my
Damn,
god.
Amanda.
Ooh.
Okay, now how many of those are for you? Too many. Okay.
Half.
JC, you got the text? Check the text.
Why'd you just tell me
Just
what
put it on a brand new work laptop.
say?
Tilt it down just a little bit.
This is box 1 of 10 for her trip.
There you go.
Nice.
This box.
Do you need help, Amanda?
I think she likes being close to them.
We all thought it. As she was just about to sit.
Uh,
Yeah,
how
so
long-
basically I have nothing, so you're gonna have to touch the chicken.
Well, how
Or-
long is it going to take us to get down there?
or you can put it in the haversack, as long as you're pretty sure it'll take less than 10 minutes to submerge, port, re-emerge, resurface. So, as you guys are also walking down some more, I'm 25 all up on that, right? Yeah?
Mango?
Yeah.
25, yeah.
You see, or Relenta lets you know that in the dead center of this central pool, at the very
I
bottom
need a thing about her.
to the east,
Oh.
there's a small cropping. There's a small open cavern that if you swim through, as soon as you can't see anymore, you then pop through and feel the water
Perfect.
temperature change just a little bit, and that's when you know you're in Lake Hylia,
Cheese mix.
and you'll come out
always got all the extra milk.
I just got regular boba milk tea.
in a worked
That's a fun word.
stone
Accoutrement.
We got exactly the same
good.
levels of.
in a worked
Nice.
stone passage that is about 5 feet under the surface of the lake. So, Rolenta says that if you do it fast and do it right, you shouldn't be submerged more than 30 seconds.
We should ask Basil. I hear he's now an expert at doing it fast and doing it right.
Wow.
No one said it was fast.
Yeah, when
I
you put your
didn't think-
boy on blast, Grim.
I didn't think it was fast either. I mean, they were there all night.
Yeah,
It's not about size, it's about reps. Hey.
Reps.
How's my con?
Good man. Good man.
So I guess what I'm hearing is I should take neural because I would do it the fastest.
Yeah, probably.
Like if you want to have a neural hop in the pack, and then be like, and go, close the pack, hop in, do your thing, and then everyone else can take their sweet time.
Yep.
You know,
You can
That
just
might
let
be a way to
Meryl
do it.
out on the other side.
Sure.
Just take care of her, okay?
Yeah, of course.
her. It's a her, right? Okay.
Yeah, Nerl's a lady chicken. I'm a man.
Yeah, you're a dude. Yeah.
So does everyone know how to swim then?
So do I have to roll the swim for this one? Since I'm trying to do
I'll give that
specific-
one water breathing.
Give me a.
So she can't swim.
acrobatics.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics difficulty 10. You know, you're just trying to hold a thing while you swim through a thing, and I come out the other side easy.
17.
You fucking nail it. You're fine.
Don't inhale the balls.
I almost do.
You know?
This is going in our.
Don't inhale the balls.
Don't inhale the balls. It's not going in our
You need to tell Jaren everything.
sneaky
You tell Jaren
centaurs
everything.
OOC. I'm entering it right
That's so
now.
good.
Oh, see, original. No, out of context. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I thought that was out of character.
Yeah, because some of those I generally don't remember the
So
context.
yeah, you're all
for.
standing there at the edge, like awkward teens at a pool, and Relentless is like, "Time is up, bitches! Leroy
Heck yeah.
chicken!" and just jumps in.
Hey, at least she does have chicken.
Yeah, she does have chicken.
I do.
You hop in, you're like, "This is just like the old days." You poop a little, and then you hit the
Is that
tunnel.
like regular fish poop?
Oh
or it
yeah, a
kinda
little
floats
stringer.
away?
Yeah. Hop in.
I was excited. I'm sorry.
You get a tail
One
rope.
swift motion. You pop through. You feel that little bit of different water temperature. Like, oh, good old days. I'm gonna go spray paint a wall that no one cares about.
Break
You
stuff.
Come back out into the bright
Right.
sunlight, and you surface, and you're like, yeah. Oh, right. And the neural.
I'm
looks
like,
out and-
Lake Hylia, I brought you a chicken.
That's right. You feel like Lake Hylia. It's like, why? 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 That's not necessary. Why would
Why
you do
though?
that? Yeah. And then, so the rest of you are now alone in Zora's domain. Awkward teen. Tell me something good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the same thing.
Awkward teen.
Awkward teen hunger
That's already
force.
teen force.
Too bad I don't have message. Or
That sure
I
was
got
me
there.
at that age.
Okay, well,
You can clearly see the like crevice that
The structure.
Yeah.
she slid into.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay,
little stone
well.
structure. It has like a door. There's an actual door.
guess we gotta do some. Okay.
I cast water breathing on that one, and we hop.
So you like splash in and sort of like swim yourself down, and you hit the black,
Yeah.
and you feel like a little like slight temperature shift, and you see light at the end of this very short tunnel, and it
I think we're holding hands. It's okay.
turns into like radiant sunlight through the waves, and you see Neural bobbing off to the side, and she's like, "Oh man, I should like break something or something."
And I frown.
And you surface, and you notice if you like just sort of half
Like I would just go, I put this rock and I put it over here.
nudge
Ooh.
yourself, you can get on top of the stonework to just stand and start drying off. And you see Lake Hylia before
You can dry us.
Hair freeze.
Hair fluff.
I will.
We look like this.
I'm just like floating in the middle of the lake going, hey.
Why don't you go first?
Same
Oh,
thing. Just swoosh dive and flap through, and
Yeah.
you do the thing where you actually like pull yourself through the thing. And you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, I feel okay actually.
And you're like, this is actually kind of nice out here. It's quieter than Long Run
yeah,
Ranch.
this is warm. I like it. Good feeling. Oh, hey, Neural.
Oh, hi, Neural. Oh, hi,
Oh,
Neural.
hi, Neural.
it's
This is
perfect.
bullshit. I didn't hear.
Two things you hate together.
The room? No, I want to. I'm gonna kick you in your face.
Why does she hate the room so much?
Because they went to a screening of it, and people kept shouting.
Was I there?
You were there.
And
I
people,
think I was the only one who had seen it before.
and people kept saying, and people kept going, Lisa, haha, Lisa. So that's why she hates it.
She didn't know what she was in for.
Mhm.
You know what's funny? My sister's name is Maria, and she hates West Side Story specifically because of that song.
I
But
can
she
see
doesn't hate Sound of Music. She likes that song with her name in it.
Huh.
But not the.
Is it racist?
The one time I've been to New York City, we went to Broadway,
Not really.
and and I sat next to her the whole time, being like, you don't have a choice because these tickets are really expensive, and there's nowhere for you.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for
Even
you
if
to
this
go,
production
even
is
if you wanted to
terrible.
leave.
Right. The best show, and not so much this is watching you endure.
Seriously, I spent most of it just staring at her.
Yeah,
Just like, could you
just troll
stop?
facing at her.
She was, could you stop looking at me? Oh my god.
I'm just trying to confirm your pain.
It's like watching you
Right.
because I enjoy it.
That's right.
I take nourishment from this.
It's the only version of Romeo and Juliet I can stand.
Basically. Although I watched so they use no of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
It's just called Romeo and Juliet, but it's anime, so they're in like a floating city and there's dragon horses.
Oh, yeah,
And there's like a tree that brings life to everybody. I don't know. It's actually not bad. But they use the fucking like you raise me up, the fucking Josh Groban song, but in Japanese
Nice.
That's worth it.
as the fucking
I made a smallness.
as like
Cool.
the
You
opening
clean it up.
theme.
I did.
So it's like super dramatic. And then the episode where they actually meet and are deciding like we're in love now. They use that song again, but in English.
Oh,
But
shit.
it's still
Perfect.
like the lady singing it. So you're just like, I have so many
I
feels
believe
right
I
now.
believe I love forever.
Right?
I believe
I
I
think
love
you can take that shit and stuff it up her ass. Sorry. It's fine.
Cool. So, just wondering which family member of who. Anyway, do we need a mute? Maybe later. Okay. Just
She'd
text it to
never-
all of us.
She'd never know how to find this.
All right, cool. Awesome. It's mom. Got it. All right.
I mean, yeah. Who else would it be at this point?
Grim, how do you traverse this situation? Do you just hit your brooch and then sink to the bottom and jump through?
I'm
that's-
tempted. I will just walk to the bottom of it. Yeah. I just bomb into the water.
You just
and then
sort of-
activate the broom.
Clash.
So I could never get Zora Link to swim, so that's just what I would do. I would just sink to the floor
I
and
cannot
walk the whole
figure
way
out
through.
how you're supposed to be the baddest fish
Mhm.
in the land in the
I
DS
finally
version.
finally
Yeah.
figured it out, but like
It's so hard.
for the longest time I couldn't, so I would just sink to the bottom and run everywhere.
So did you
Right.
basically just have to be magic fish the
So
entire time?
you just had to hold down A and then swim. Not just push it. Like you had to hold A and then you could swim.
Without using magic.
Yes.
Oh my
All
god.
you had to do was hold
Because
A.
normally you have to tap it, right?
Exactly. And so I had to just hold A and then I could swim. Everything was fine.
Like I'm like, she's
Right.
like, I couldn't beat the beavers. I was just trying to jump through, and I'm like, why didn't you fucking swim? Why are you stupid? Why can't? And she's like, I can't. I don't. You don't do it. And I'm like, what? I'm like,
I tried
I-
so hard.
that was the only time I actually touched the DS, the entire saga that she worked through Majora. And I'm like, this is stupid. They fucking broke it. How can you? Like, I went upstairs and turned on the old one to confirm that I wasn't having a stroke. And I'm like, they ported it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
yeah, no,
fucked
you
up.
had
They
to
must have-
hold. You had to hold down A.
Dumb.
I figured it out like a week
Yeah,
later.
after you beat the game.
Yeah.
I like how we got a glimpse of Father Tony in this. Son, why are you stupid?
Why do they change math? Why are they changing math? It's math.
Why did they change math?
It's math.
You can take your dad to go see it? Maybe that's when we should have the dad day. What do you think, babe? We should have the dad date with go see Incredibles. Yeah.
That'd be hard to convince my dad to go to. Actually, not for me. I can just tell him I want to go see it. He'll go see it. But
Yeah, no, it's not as
he'll do anything I ask.
Ever since we were old enough to buy our own rated R tickets, my dad stopped going to the movies with us.
You don't even
It's like my responsibility here is done.
Yeah. My mom will talk him into going to the movies every once in a while, but my dad's not a movie goer.
The last movie I went to see with my dad might have been Back to the Future 3.
Wow.
Her dad is a moviegoer, but it's got to be trashy action or at least blatantly a real person comedy.
No, my dad knows everybody works in the movie theater. Like, he will fucking watch anything as long as it gets him out of the house. So, yeah, we watched that monster truck movie.
Oh my god!
Where the aliens were living in the action.
No, I know.
Your face looks so pained.
Yeah,
Like,
I had to sit through that shit.
You saw it?
He made me go.
like you're
Oh,
having like a
your father.
PTSD flashback.
You made the
It's
same
like-
face my great uncle
So
made
lots
when
of
he
fucking
talked about
people.
Normandy.
That was such
then
a
we-
bad movie.
And then we left. He was like, "That was fun. That was a nice movie." I'm like, "What are you smoking?"
Well, he doesn't get out of the house much.
Yeah, what crack are you on,
Well,
Dad?
when you watch that many movies, you'd think you'd at least.
No,
I mean, I
as
guess.
long as it's moving pictures.
I guess
he
he's just happy to be there. I guess. Yeah.
Left like, meh. And I'm like,
Well, that makes sense because, you know, I imagine your tastes diverge at some point.
they've been diverged.
Yeah. Wow. My
I
life
can't,
is
remember,
different.
I can't remember what it was. It was like a really like popular movie. Everybody loved it. We went to go see it. My dad was like, "It was alright, I guess. It's okay." And I'm like, "You fucking like monster trucks? And you didn't like this shit? I hate you."
You should
Maybe
take
it was
him
a
to a
message or
monster
something.
truck rally. He would lose his shit.
It was so weird. Yeah, no, he'll fucking watch anything.
No, I've been to
I
an
always
actual.
wanted to go to a monster.
I've
truck
actually been to a
rally.
monster truck rally, and it is fucking. It's like redneck Comic-Con cranked to 11. It's an experience.
Everybody's wearing the Bono NASCAR glasses.
Oh yeah,
You know?
it's just it's extra.
Back in the Northeast, they
It's all
sell
extra,
those
extra.
with like, you pay for the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge.
You yeah, you're
Crave
in your,
sugar.
That's
in
right.
here.
Bigfoot.
It was Bigfoot, and then there was Barefoot, and there was like a rivalry. It was like fucking wrestling.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was great.
There was like heels.
I just remember back in the 90s when those would always come to, like the cow palace.
Yeah.
Well, actually, all right. So, full disclosure, I've never actually been to a monster truck rally. I've been to
That's
tractor
story.
pools, where the monster trucks were the main event at the end.
I'm
And
from
it
the
was usually
country. We
Greg
combined all of those.
Oh no, it was great. It was great.
I've never been to a monster
That's
rally. I've been to the
Yeah.
rodeo.
I've been to the rodeo too.
Been to the rodeo.
I never saw the actual bull. I've never actually seen the bull riding
Really?
because my grandpa would always leave after the bareback Broncos because I know, right? Because he didn't want to be stuck in no goddamn parking lot with all those other goddamn kids. And I'm like, yeah, we sat with them for 3 hours.
Yeah. We went the one time I ever went to like the Grand National Rodeo,
Mm.
Big Deal Rodeo.
Mm.
The Texan kid from Mighty Ducks, that shows up in D2.
Right, right.
He was one of the wranglers. So like every time when they're doing the bull riding and the horse riding, he was like the guy who would like rip the thing off the bull to make it calm down and then like ease it back into its stall. So like after every event, here would come I don't remember what his real name
The
is.
guy who was in a movie.
Dwayne would come. It was him and another guy.
Yeah.
And it was me. It was like me and two of my friends, and my mom brought us. I don't know why we were there. I was a freshman in high school. For some reason,
Trying to
my
get in touch
friends
with
and
your-
I
We're having
decided
this
we wanted to go
realization
to
now.
like for some reason, my friends and I decided we wanted to go to
Is
the
that a hipster
rodeo.
moment?
Did your dad get like free tickets to shit? No, I have a
No.
friend whose dad did like constantly.
No,
So
my
she
mom.
always took me.
I
To
think
this day, we have no idea.
I expressed some interest in the rodeo for some reason.
Maybe you knew that dude would be there.
I didn't. No, it was a surprise. We were like, "Hey, is that the guy from Mighty Ducks?" So we like. There weren't that
I
many
recognize his
people
cowboy hat.
actually like in the like our seats were like up
Numbers,
kind of
you just
higher,
love
and there was
numbers.
like weren't that many people.
The jersey
so, like,
was a dead giveaway.
we went down to the front of like the stands area where you're like, guy like they're elevated, so you're
Is
like,
there like a Patrick
horse?
Swayze like rodeo movie like that was popular maybe?
no, I think I went through like a weird phase when I was in like 8th grade where I was like obsessed with Tom Sawyer, so I think part of like country living
Could have been.
maybe fed into it.
Help Man has a small story for us.
But so yeah, we went down to the front, and just every time he would walk like by us on his horse, we'd be like, Dwayne! Like at the top of our lungs, and he just kept being like, he would tip his hat every time, being like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, yes, all right.
He probably gets that shit all the fucking time.
Or maybe not. Maybe I was like, oh, cool.
People
That's
recognize
nice.
me. I think I'm Mighty Ducks.
Some high school girls actually know who I am. That's cool.
I made it, Ma.
I see Mom.
They had a laser light show after the rodeo was done. It was great.
Sally's.
I wanted to be a cowboy when I was that young. So like that makes perfect sense for me. So that's fine.
Remember, I got a belt buckle.
Hell yeah.
You have to.
We went out to like the vendor area, and I bought a belt buckle, and it had like Guns N' Roses on it, and I was like, yeah, Guns N' Roses. I didn't have a belt where you could put a buckle on it,
Right.
so I just had the belt buckle forever, and then one day it disappeared.
You just displayed it.
Yeah.
I read the cup.
What'd you read? What does the cup say?
Understand?
With Dine Fire? What? Oh, you read it because it's in. Cool. Good job, Weed Queen. Right.
Perfect.
We're waiting for Sally to come back.
Oh, okay.
We always
cool.
had the shitty ones where there was like 2 monster trucks and all the script. Always the same fucking ones. There was like drag races. And then was always like 1 or 2 dudes or like, look at my souped up tractor that I can pull wheelies with, and it was...
I saw like 10 minutes.
That was
of
what
motocross.
the evolution of the tractor pull. Each tractor pull was that, where it was actually like old geezers with their ancient fucking tiny wheeled front guys.
That's right.
Pulling real bullshit across the track, and then they would soup up to the weirdos with the like 12 V2 or with the 4 V12s.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
On a fucking chassis.
There's fucking fire coming out of this thing.
Which would pull 6 other tractors.
Yep.
Because they didn't have enough weight for anything else. And then after that, which you had to wear some sort of ear protection because those fucking engines would just blow out your eardrums. Yeah. And then after that, there was like a pseudo intermission while they brought out fucking earth movers to put up burns and ramps so that Gravedigger could come out and drive over some cars. Yeah. And you're like, woo! Drive over the cars. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's sad because where I'm from, like tractors are a way of life. Like people just have them and live in them. This old dude.
Good night, bud.
Have a good night, Jason. He's still alive. He still lives in his house. Like he was still there when I visited in January, and this was the guy whose John Deere was parked at the strippers club every night, every single fucking night.
I'm gonna share it with other people.
Well, you get a tribe. You have a schedule. Or not a schedule. You've got a not a hobby.
Yeah, well, that guy was he had, as kids, we had many discoveries because he had a barn, but he didn't keep any animals. So my dad had this thing with him where, like he would let my dad store extra hay in his barn. So we would go in there. That's right. You wanted euphemism. But he had a wall full
I'll let you keep your extra hay money.
of old-timey, like, skin mags, like, in his barn. Like, just an entire wall. And it was, like, old-ass shit, like, vintage stuff. And I remember us as kids being like, just like walking in there.
What is this guy into?
And then he would step in there and be like, because he was like deaf in one ear, so like he just yell all the fucking time. He was like those. You want that one? Like my brother was like 8 years old. Was like, I'll get it for you.
Have you heard of the internet? It's just like this. Manure tits.
That's right.
That's the internet.
That's right. Less work, and they don't yellow with age like this.
I mean, they can if you want. Some people are into that. So, Graham, how do you get down in that hole?
Like I said, you just
sort of fall.
I dive bomb and then activate the brooch
Sort of
and just walk
through.
at the bottom.
So as y'all are sort of drying off or reclining in the soothing waters of Lake Hylia, you all hear this faint clunk, 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 clunk as Grim comes marching out of the portal.
That's right.
and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen this a couple times. There's a small like patio underwater and this archway, and clunk, and then you sort of float back up, and you see the twins standing up on the bank a few feet off from the top of this entryway. And macaw. And
I think she would be on the shore by now. Chickens aren't natural swimmers, really.
Nero made it.
so you clamber yourself out.
Yep.
Are you gonna help Grim dry off?
Amanda.
Wind. Yes.
She basically-
She's effectively a blow dryer.
Yeah, one of those Dyson fucking.
My skin.
Airblade. Oh no, it was too bladey.
Yeah. Not airy enough, too
Too much
lady.
blade.
You just slice in half.
Dyson, we told Air, we'll fucking cut you.
That is great.
So the collection of you are there standing on the lakes of Lake Hylia, or on the shores of Lake Hylia.
Fully fluffed.
There are, whoa, there are small stone pillars that seem to jut out of this small structure just below the waves. Off to your left, the shore continues for a little while. There appears to be small, little crop areas.
All right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna share that later.
This time I don't know.
Something Glenn posted.
What did
I don't even know.
what did Loverboy say?
It's just a meme. that he
Mm.
posted.
It's just a meme.
It's just a meme, guys. It's just a meme. It's about necromancers.
Oh.
Oh, and you don't think we care about necromancers?
A necromancer is just a really late healer. You're too late, Doc. He's already dead. I didn't get my medical license revoked for nothing. I like the idea that a necromancer can bring back the dead, but doesn't know how to cure the living, so has to wait for someone to die before bringing them back. Hey, Doc, do you have any splints? I think I fractured my ankle. Cocks a gun. Nah, I'll do you one better. And if anyone's seen Bungo Stray Dogs, that was one of the characters' quirk, was she could heal you, but she had to beat you within an inch of death first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's...
Some of that reverse saying shit.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, Rabbit. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna be like, she has like a disability or something, right? What is?
No, she's just it's in her head, dude.
I mean, does she actually get money for it, or she
No.
just says she has it?
The doctors were like, you're not disabled enough to get a arthritis and hernias, but she could still like go
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, unmute that.
For our Sunday nights.
Oh, we're back. Okay, cool.
Well, we get fucking hammered and listen to Limp Bizkit.
Yep, that's
Break
us.
stuff!
100%.
That would never
that
be
like
me.
triggers me.
It's a good thing you have anything in your mouth because that would have been a great spit take.
That's seriously like the opposite of this entire table.
13-year-old me.
Oh yeah, listen to the shit
fucking
out of some
love
Limp
Limp
Bizkit.
Bizkit.
Oh, Fred Durst.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's up?
I had a pair of jeans that had.
Jinko?
I did own Jinko jeans at one point in junior high, but these
Yeah.
ones were not Jinko jeans. But they split open at the knees naturally, the way they're supposed to. They didn't come like that, but I guess I was hard on them in junior high. But they split, so I
Sorry.
had
She was
jeans
13.
that said
13 would have been like, please.
that said property of Fred Durst on them in Sharpie. I
Nice.
split open knee
Nice.
jeans.
Wow.
That was a thing that
Wow.
happened.
Like
My-
your feet just talking about it. I'm so with you. I love it.
my
Great.
friend whose name was also Amanda, and I went out and like bought like khakis and white tank tops and red baseball hats we could wear backwards so we would look like the girls from the Nicki video. Like it was bad.
I believe it.
Thankfully it was a flash in the pan. It was really intense what was happening and it fizzled really quickly.
Much
Because
the
I was
bear.
like, oh, right,
Right.
this is bad.
I remember
By the time
Nookie.
I hit high school, I was like, oh no, this is all wrong. But
Oh no.
7th and 8th grade Megan was just fucking like, I think I
Nookie
thought it
played
made me
in
like-
bars when I was like my first or second year of college. There's so many like white dudes just going fucking wild on this fucking song.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, that was when I was still in Catholic school, so I think I just thought it made me look like hard. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're 13? I liked Creed at that time too.
What did I
so-
do when I was 13?
I think
Jeez.
everyone liked Limp Bizkit and Creed for like a minute.
That's right. There was
And
a
then
small
everyone was like,
window.
oh wait. And then Nickelback. And then you were like, haha, no, wait.
I saw Nickelback and Creed together in the same concert
Oh my god.
with
Man.
7 Dust.
No.
Wow.
way.
It was 90s the tour. I love it. It's like
Basically,
You
2000.
said this and my eyes just rolled back into my skull and I was like, it's 1997. Oh.
Yeah,
That's when I
we
graduated.
bought the tickets when I was still in 8th grade. My sister got or something, but then they postponed the concert. So the concert didn't actually happen until like a year and a half later, and by then we were all like, "Oh wait, no, this is awful." But we couldn't get rid of the tickets, and my sister was like, "Nobody wants these, so we're going because I bought them, so we're going." And I was like, "Okay," and we went,
And it was just as good as
and it was
thought would be.
a fucking Nickelback, 7 Dust and Creed concert. It was exactly what you would think would happen. I was like, "Oh, there's a lot of white dudes here."
Yeah.
And it was like, and it was like, it was right at it was 2000, and so like
Oh.
Nickelback wasn't even like. I saw Nickelback before they were famous.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they were like the opener,
Yep.
and then they blew up, and then it was like, oh.
Yep.
But people are like, "Oh, what's like the worst concert you ever went to?" I was like, honestly, it wasn't even the
Nickelback,
worst. It
same.
wasn't even the worst concert I've ever been to. It was the douchiest
Just the
one
most.
I've ever been
Oh,
to.
for sure. I'm sure there was a lot of white dudes with semi-long hair and like bead necklaces.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yeah, fucking
Stop taking me there.
the like braided rope.
You want off the thread.
That's
bead in
right.
it.
Stop taking me there. All right.
Hook shells.
So
So I'm floating in Lake Hylia, being like,
We all followed.
there's a small like
yeah, but I didn't notice that. I'm
crop
floating.
farming off to the left. There's like a small bit of water that butts. There's a small bit of water that butts up against a sort of a cliff wall, and then another
Yep.
small
But
sort of
Twice.
beach area. that goes up into like a hut that butts against the cliff face.
Keep saying that word.
And then the rest of the lake sits in this crater. And then as you scan out into the center of the lake, there's a small island with one of the portal platforms and an old, tall, dead tree. Also another little small island next to it. And a small series of rope bridges that go from the island to another small jutted island, and then up to a raised area off to the right. At the back of the cliff side, you can see where a waterfall feeds into the lake through a gorge beyond, and then on a higher piece of land, you see this strange set of buildings next to each other that are at the same point where the rope bridges meet this area. And there seems to be one larger building that dominates the small complex that sort of looks over on the lake. And on top of all these buildings, there are a bunch of like long gray spears, and all of them seem to be connected with rope, with like gray rope of some sort. And if it wasn't weird enough, the main building seems to be emitting a smoke, like a green-blue smoke, which then sort of turns into cloud cover, but it's all above these buildings, and you can smell the ozone in the air as from those clouds, lightning crackles and jumps its way across the clouds, and they seem to hit the spears, and the electricity seems to travel along the ropes and move all the way up to the main building and seem to ground into one of the central ones.
Fucking Hylium Tesla right over there.
And just to finish the tableau behind you, where the sort of where you, if you were to walk straight out from the rope bridge, there's another canyon that goes the incline slightly up and out, and the couple of you who've been here before know that that leads out to Hyrule Field proper. You okay? Oh. I think she got a bad boba or something.
That's a very immediate reaction.
Anyway, so you,
Okay.
you now have the lay of the land.
I sure do. But
The two of you who have visited before know that this is indeed the buildings in question are indeed the
So I got egg pudding, and egg pudding should be squishy and soft.
not crunchy.
Nope, it was like a side of it was like gritty, like sawdust.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, really gross.
Well, you enjoyed some of it.
I think you got fussy pork.
Yes, that was the texture.
Gross.
Attached to pudding.
Sounds like
Oh yeah.
I'm not even.
By the way, right.
Is it the tiramisu cheese?
It's
I
pretty
had a
good too.
thought
It's
to dump
salty.
some in mine, and then I drank it
It's
all.
delicious.
I went mango, and
That sounds like too much mango.
I'm never looking back. No, you only get like 25% sweet, and it's just like it's cool. It's all good.
Did I just get no sweet on the team? You just sold into the drink. This is black tea, right? That's all.
Mm-hmm.
You never
So yeah,
met a
you two
cheese
know
that
that this
didn't
is the laboratory. The extra building or two you don't quite remember, and the spears and ropes and cloud, those are definitely new.
Ears, ropes, and cloud?
There's like electricity,
Why are we
like
here again?
OC.
Is this the lightning?
There's-
Is this lightning? Or is this... Wait, no, it's the last one. It's energy.
This dude is.
So yeah, we have one more jar and we gotta collect energy.
Well, that's where the old coot lives, but I don't remember all of this stuff from the previous visit.
Alright. I get out of water very reluctantly and go up to these spear cloud things.
You can feel like
Well, I don't go too close if I start feeling like crackly.
It's like watching
Yeah.
the saga.
so in fish terms, it'd be
Trying
like
to
swimming
wring
through a
fish
school
from-
of like bluegill. You
Cheese
feel
from a cup.
the little touches all across your skin.
Hmm.
For any of the rest of us, it would feel like goosebumps. Like as soon as you get within like 20 feet of it.
Okay.
Um,
I like to call it chicken skin.
chicken skin.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, now I want to double down. Yeah.
It's it has like that
Chicken breast
slightly
with chicken breast
salted like
and bacon in it.
cheesecake with tiramisu.
And like some of you who have hair feel it just sort of like raise up everywhere on your skin as you feel the crackle that you hear as you approach.
Grim's beard looks like a hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't get close to that.
Basil's like,
I was just in
Basil's
water, and I'm made of water.
You're shaggy, like
yeah.
So wait, who's actually getting close
long
enough to
thin
that
hair.
thing?
It sounds like you all just sort of stand there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't get
like-
closer than that. Once I start feeling tingly, I'm like, that doesn't feel right.
Reflex saves.
Everyone?
Yep.
You're gonna get hit by lightning.
Math.
I know.
15.
We're about to find out how much this shit hurt.
I got a 16.
I got 6.
6?
Yeah.
20.
19.
Grimm's giant plate edifice of 8 feet, whatever, because he's a fucking space marine in power armor.
Correct.
He suddenly like squats because he feels like he is a high visibility target for some reason. Like
No.
his instincts just kick
I have a
in.
fucking lightning rod.
And one
Like
of
the
the
horns of the helmet.
and one of the closest spear to you guys gets slammed with this bolt of lightning that comes out of this storm cloud, and the spear, you would think it would burst into fire or something, because you're all like, spears have wooden shafts and like that much juice into it would just pulverize it. Instead, it looks like it sort of chars and then smokes a little, but the electricity runs down it, across the wires, across the ropes, bounces from rope to rope to a couple of their spears, and makes its way up to the main building, and then goes into one larger, like, it looks like someone created a very small castle turret at the top of that building, which all of the lightning seems to be cascading into, and then shoots downward through the turret.
Huh. Okay.
So, who's catching that?
Well, I thought there was a guy we have to talk to.
That would be
Whoever
advisable.
built this, I assume, is this person. I mean, is there anybody around? Like, no
but
one's
there are
here?
3 buildings here, and they all seem to be connected.
Okay.
The
what's
big one. The big one.
I want to go to the building
Big
that's
one.
not near this.
Well, I think
I feel like the big one's probably where the people are. There's people, so you know.
You go over and knock on the door.
Yeah. Hey.
So
Just faint on the other side.
So the last two times, or the last times you guys were here, this was a sturdy wooden door.
Yeah.
It isn't any longer. It is now a steel door,
Hmm.
a metal door, but there's this weird like black fabric, but it's not fabric because fabric you can like work with. Maybe it's like a leather, but it's got much more give that like edges the door.
It's freaking rubber.
Black and
Yeah.
so dun dun dun. And it looks like a submarine door, but you're like there's a weird ledge, like maybe like you would do if you're in a flood area, but he's way high above the lake. There's no chance. Oh, okay, weird. And you hear tick 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 tick, and this old man goes, "I told you, not while we're working."
Huh?
What?
Never spoken to
what?
you
To
before,
who?
sir.
What? Who? You're not the boy. The
No,
boy with you?
I mean I am a boy, but
Maybe not.
Yeah.
maybe
All
not.
I hear
boys
you're
don't
a man
look alike.
now.
Oh, it's you again. You've come to yell at me about how I'm affecting your fishing again. Go find a toupee. Perception checks.
I mean, you gotta say it's kind of a nice sword, you know.
25.
25.
I used to tell it to the
Oh,
man right
yeah.
here.
Sisters.
30.
I'm on 20 and
they're exactly the same
Stuff.
amount of interested in
28.
What'd you get, Griff?
20.
He's blind.
Ah.
Yeah.
That explains things.
And you've brought your ruffians. Are they all fish fiends as well?
Just me.
Ruffian.
I mean, I assume you meant Zora because
No, I meant like people who are obsessed with fishing.
Oh no, we
I
just
like
have like an
fishing.
actual fish person.
Yeah, Azora, I would imagine. So, I mean, they fish too, but yeah, okay. But so you're not here with that man from across the way?
no.
Ooh, that part.
Well,
That's a red
I-
text.
I'm actually against the man.
So it's like man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like wiggling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much against the man, so
Oh, well,
it's not me.
well, okay then. Well, state your business. I'm very busy with these.
We're looking
Experiments.
for writhing energy. We figure
Oh,
your
so
lightning
he's a
fits
man,
that
and it's
description.
wiggling like
Oh,
children.
why yes, I described it as such in one of my dissertations. Maha.
Any chance we could
Stick it in this jar?
gather some in a jar?
Why, how novel! I'd not considered that. Come in.
Oh.
Inquiring minds of science? How refreshing these days. So far, it's just been that boy. And he's excited for the experimentation and not so much for the results.
Mm-hmm.
But one day, we'll break him. Okay, so come on in.
Boy.
Huh? Do you say this?
Yeah.
It's like, the boy who lives around here. He helps me out sometimes.
Does he have a history of killing animals and setting fires?
He's like, not that I know of.
Okay.
Does he have a name?
I'm sure. I don't use it.
Fair enough.
I don't care. Ask me things I care about.
He's the only boy around these parts, unless I thought I heard one of you said you were a boy.
Male.
I mean the voice cracking, but more of an adolescent. Yes.
Very
24.
strange.
Oh. Well, everyone blooms at a different time, I suppose. So for now, boy is the person I'm referring about. Anyway, so you step inside as he sort of goes on, and
That was real as shit.
it's
right
dim.
there.
It's very dim.
It's like I was there.
and you see that this building, this structure has been refitted several times for different things, and currently there's that same black stuff, that same black knot fabric everywhere, and you can see where the central turret comes down, and there seems to be these large like discs, sort of like how would I they're like smashed cannonballs, but made of metal, on spikes that seem to connect to other rope that that connect to these things, and then down into these large like cabinets. And you see lots of little lights and arrows in flickering back and forth. But at the bottom of most of those,
I'm trying to remember this from the game.
No.
Okay, good.
and at the bottom of most of these,
He turned into Tesla sometime.
Oh, okay.
there's little like panels that pop out depending on what lights are blinking or what the arrow says, that have ridges on them, and every so often he'll absentmindedly run his hand along one or two of them as they flicker, as they pop forward and out. And so yeah, you see that there's a couple places where there's like levers and knobs and buttons all on these cabinets, and there's a huge like board across one wall, where a lot of these same little symbols have slats, and they seem to be reconfigured constantly. And there's a little bin of these blocks that you notice, and then over in another corner, surrounded, like it looks like it's got like a gazebo slash tent thing made of this black material with a cot and a small like cook station. And otherwise, the room, the structure is dedicated to these two huge cabinet armoires with the cannons and the ropes.
So like, what is all this stuff?
Personally designed electricity.
So you mean lightning, or
Yes, but what is lightning? It is a form of physical manifestation of nature when and he starts going into like the science of it. And he's like, which creates a charge, and that can be harnessed into electricity to power items.
so why can't you just get some mage to shoot a lightning bolt onto things?
Because mages tap into a supernatural source in order to generate those powers, and are a limited resource. However, as you can see, or as I know, if you are able to generate this perpetually, it can be used to fuel things without the use of a supernatural aid. For example, and he goes over and like slaps one of the cabinets, flicks a switch, and you see at the back of the building there's a row of small. They look like what do they look like? They look like jars, and inside each of the jars there's a little piece of string or something, and then after he hits that last switch, they all light up like they have lightning bugs in them, or someone cast the light spell.
Whoa, neat. I like cast a light spell, and I'm like, which one's brighter?
They're about the same.
Neat. That's
He's
great.
like,
You can do that. with,
all
like,
of those
no
lit up,
magic?
right?
Yeah. Yeah, so did
Excellent.
mine.
What?
My spell. I wanted
Oh.
to see if they were equally bright.
Yes, of course. I mean, probably brighter, but whatever.
Well, I mean, like, you're doing this stuff without magic.
Yes, that's the point.
What is that leather-like substance you have?
Leather?
Well,
mean
sort
this
of
black
like
stuff?
fabric, or
Oh, the rubber.
what?
What to mean?
What does it do? It was around the door.
He's like, yes, it is a non-conductive material. So you might imagine handling electricity or lightning is incredibly dangerous. So to prevent yourself from being fricasseed, You must use proper precautions. For example, he goes over to another workspace and sort of pats around and he puts on some gloves made of that same stuff. And he pops the panel off of one of these armoires, and you see all the ropes and cords, and it's just crackling and popping in there. And he's like, for example, if I were to do this with my bare hands, he reaches in and he grabs like what looks like a weird dagger with no edge. This would kill me instantly, and it like crackles and pops. He's like, but it doesn't. His hair tries to like grab it just from the pure, and the rest of you are like, he's like, but the rubber, clap, clap, keeps me safe because it's non-conductive. It does not conduct the electricity into my body, stopping my heart, killing me instantly.
So wait, that's not magic either? It's not like protection from energy or something?
Science!
Huh.
Our enemies don't know about science.
Interesting.
I know.
Grim-
Someone who
Grim's-
appreciates this.
Eyes just glaze over as he revisits countless times being hit by lightning
And
spells.
the two elemental
It is-
working
it is-
characters are
Because I
like,
make a suit of armor.
How could I make an undersuit that I could wear under my plate?
You want to wear... Wait.
Wrap it up before you tap it up. I don't know. Rib for his pleasure.
But his eyes just glaze over like he's
He's like,
gone
full of
for a little bit.
possibilities.
He's like,
Of the secondary material.
It's a word, get out.
I know.
Yeah, I don't
As a
know.
lightning user.
I mean,
right? This
you know what all the
your
mages do
vein.
when there's just science.
Oh, I'm sure they have their uses. But that's not my concern.
I'm sure he's selling it for a high price.
I mean, I imagine the overhead is much different. Years of study and or latent talent to produce the same effect. Whereas with mine, I'm working on a sustainable solution where I can generate it constantly and then blah, 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 blah. Which, of course, that takes structure. So, who knows? Maybe it's a non-competitory market. I don't care. I'm not an economics major. I'm a man of science.
Okay.
So how do we put it in a jar so we can go?
Yeah, that. I guess we
Oh.
should probably
You wish
leave you
to-
to your stuff.
Have some in a jar.
Yeah, that's what we do.
It's a
We put
special
things- We
jar.
put things in jars.
I mean,
So we carry things in this realm.
I suppose
You
you
put
could.
anything else?
Yes.
You must
Well,
know about jar technology.
Can we use some of that rubber
Such a-
stuff?
Such a smart man doesn't know about jars.
Jar properties.
Job property.
your condescension is noted, and quite frankly, you're dumber than me, so I'm not offended. All right, so
He's not a jar
Oh.
doctor.
if you want, you can take one of my light bulbs, light jars, and I could probably
does
hook
the
it up
room
to
get like 3 degrees cold?
I think it does.
Like just,
yes.
it's just.
Now that he knows, he's gonna explain to us everything with jars.
Yeah, he's like, let me know if the words I use are too big. Anyway, so yes,
boy.
you could take one of the light bulbs, and I could get one of my
It's very old.
batteries
Very flammable.
from the cabinet, and he starts like taking both cabinets off and poking around at stuff, and all of you just like the feeling outside. Now you're like just tingling the whole time because there's lightning. His hair is 1.21 gigawatts. It's so great.
I don't even have protection from elements right now. I feel like I want it.
Yeah, no,
We're
it's
about
very
to
much.
fucking travel to 1985 right now. You realize that. The Lennon
You
fucking
step
Hill
outside
Valley.
and young Blink goes. So
Shit.
he's like, yes, that might work. He goes. How long would you need it to stay lit? Oh, sorry. How long would you need the energy to stay active?
I apparently don't have enough intelligence to answer this question.
We have to.
Good. Someone else answer.
We have to go see the Goron. So
The Gorons.
yeah.
Oh, it could be too. Like, does it need to stay lit while it's there? Or
I think so. I mean, otherwise we're just bringing them a jar with nothing in it.
As long as it doesn't go inert.
Wait. Which Goron? Frost.
Isn't it Big Goron?
Big Goron.
Oh,
Yes.
special project?
I assume so.
Yes.
Brilliant. He's a delight. I don't see him as much as I used to. Well, not at all anymore. But you know what I mean. Anyway, great. Yes! Observant young man. Well done. All right, so
I get it.
let me see. He like takes like 3 different things out of each of the cabinets. Things spark and flicker, and he goes over to the bench and is jamming 2 things. It looks like a really retarded ray gun, right? And he's like, yes, yes, yes. I said I was mad. I said it wouldn't work.
Did they?
And he's like, this, yes. And he holds it up and he goes, perhaps you will need some protective material. Hold on. He sets it back down. And you see in one of the other corners, there's like sheets of the rubber. And you're like, I could make a suit out of those sheets.
Like Grim is just like, he looks at the sheets and it's like blueprints.
Yeah, he's like, adolescent. Are you crafty?
Adolescent.
I mean, I know how to whittle.
Good. Come here.
Okay.
Hold this.
Okay.
He's like giving you like some pieces of a wood structure to make like basically like a flat
Yeah.
out of the rubber. And he's like, it's a reverse Faraday cage, effectively. I mean, not because there's no radio waves, but it's sort of the idea anyway. And he's like, and so you like help him affix some like latches and what have you. He's like, brilliant. He's like, hold it open. Set it on the bench there, thank you. And he's like, don't touch it as I'm putting it in. It's very sensitive. And then he exactly.
I know. I'm just like out of context lines. I mean,
The grin. You're not sure what the grin's about. You think it might be because of the science. Probably not. And he puts it in there and he goes, excellent. Close the lid.
Okay.
Cool. Don't let it get above 85 miles an hour. All right. Or you'll see some serious shit. There you go. So, once you leave the confines of this building, it will start to degrade. It has a very short half-life. So, you will need to get it to him at least within 24 hours.
Okay.
It should last him another 24 after that.
Okay.
And tell him to send me back a damn letter so I know what he's doing.
Okay.
Or
How are you
listen
going to read
better.
it?
The boy.
That you don't like?
Oh, he's fine. I like him plenty.
Okay.
Not too much, though. I'm not weird like that. No.
No one said you were. You did.
Yeah, that makes it weirder because you.
I live here doing what I do. Most people think I'm weird. Or mad.
You're not wrong.
I know.
As long as you're not recognizing this.
Don't.
Fine.
Would any of you like to stay for tea?
No. I think we have to go because you just said the whole thing about the timing and
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
but I also said the part about leaving the confines of the structure.
oh, I guess so. But I
I
don't
think we
think
should
that.
probably go.
The ambient energy
Yeah.
crackling through the air keeps it stable.
I think some of us want to
Like
leave.
feel the.
Yeah, the frost is slowly just encasing the entire room.
Now, would this change in temperature, like, mess up your- Yeah, let's just go.
Possible.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah,
know.
if anything, it preserves the diodes and makes them last longer. I love it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Would you want an apprenticeship?
Nope, wouldn't understand.
No, that's too bad. Oh well.
Here's the things. Bye.
Bye.
Who are you? By the way.
I'm the professor.
Okay, bye.
Thank
Good
you,
to know.
adolescent.
As you leave.
Slams the door a little harder than should be.
Nice to meet
It does have a very satisfying clang as it's full metal with that rubber. It just sort of gong.
He had a high opinion of himself. He was rude. But we got our things, so let's go.
Hooray.
Reflex saves.
Oh, no.
Come on.
I got 22.
Nat 1.
24.
Actually, no, it's 24.
I got 11.
18.
You- Why do you make him roll reflex saves?
Because it's funny.
Hyrule is too pissed off.
Oh wait, not 24. What am I doing? Still high though.
17 electric
22.
damage
Who?
Me.
for the nat 1. What was your roll,
Zap.
Relenton?
Mine's 24.
Almost as if it were intentional. Like it's just spiteful. Like you're sure it was him,
Right.
even though it was not.
I'm definitely taller.
So
So
somehow it was weird. No, but you punched
You'd think
instinctively, and she was
I
like,
think you had built up some resistance.
"The words are too hard. The words are too
Mirrors.
And so I think
I
her,
should have built up some sort of resistance because of my sister.
oh yeah, do you have like DR or energy
Did you
resistance
get
or
elemental resistance?
I have elemental resistance, but I don't think it's against.
electricity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have done opposite, so we
Yeah.
couldn't get in a fight with each other.
Right.
Oh well.
Well, I didn't actually write what my elemental resistance was.
It's
Well,
lightning
what's
now.
yours?
Actually, put lightning.
Let's just
Well, you are twins.
switch really
so-
swiftly.
Well,
You'll heal.
fine. I'll give you the idea
Okay.
that she's resistant to electricity because she never wants to be damaged by her own element.
Shit, and I'm like,
You're resistant to electricity because you keep getting in fights with her.
well, yeah, because also water is conductive, so I need resistance.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll write electricity.
How much resist is it? Well, either way, the damage was 17.
Yeah.
Do whatever math you need to do.
yeah, usually it's 5.
Maybe 10.
Depending on how cool you are, yeah. Yeah, do you guys move away from
level
the...
cool.
Yeah, we'll move away from the structure.
Alright, you move far enough away that your skin starts prickling, and you're
Mhm.
standing out in the middle of the shore of Hyrule Lake. The sun is dipping into the western...
24 hours.
So can
I
we
guess the
teleport over
easiest
there
thing
too?
would be to teleport up to Goron.
Mhm.
In the volcano, actually, is where the platform is.
Yeah.
It checks for knowledge arcana. Or knowledge engineering.
Well, I'll use the same roll. That's still
26.
Knowledge
Arcana.
Arcana. 15.
22.
it's 12.
15.
21.
So between a lot of you, you're like, the portal might not work. Because it modifies time and matter, it might like drain the battery from all of the
Yeah.
interference. So you're gonna
So
need
gotta
to find
run.
more mundane means.
This is that fucking mushroom quest all over again. Tony knows.
Damn
Tony
it.
knows.
So are we riding through the
We
night?
have to fucking run to
You could give
Death
it to
Mountain.
Well,
give it to us and we
with the
could fly
20
there.
plus
And then
knowledge
you guys can
arcanas,
teleport there.
Yeah.
you guys know that the portal to Zora's domain sort of has like a dimension door situation, so it's not quite the same as porting. It should make it through that just fine.
Okay. So
Is
we can go
Zora's
back to
domain
Zora's domain and then
closer to where
haul
we're
ass
going?
to
Mhm.
So
because it's much closer.
those of you who remember, Death Mountain.
Yep.
Half down Death Mountain into Kakariko Village, out into Hyrule Field,
Yeah,
up
you
into
go
Zora's
to
domain.
Babylon.
Venezuela.
The hanging gardens of Babylon. There is also a similar port from Zora's domain into the forest, which also has a port to the Goron City. Yeah, those are kind of the ingress points.
Okay. So if that portal works, Zora's domain is definitely closer.
Mhm.
So we can port there, run down Zora's River, all the way to the bridge through Kakariko, up the path.
Okay.
The gate closes at night sometimes, but I can probably talk to the guards.
Survival check or int check?
That one.
Nope.
We're like, no, we need to run. We need to run now. We need to just run across the
I
field.
have a broomstick. I could just like
What's-
straight up.
I got 14 survival.
You're like
17
21.
survival.
There's a quicker route.
23.
I'm a ranger. What
I got
did
21.
know? I had knowledge
You guys are like-
geography.
No. Port to Zora's domain from here. Out of Zora's domain into the forest, and then into the Goron city, and then up through the path through the back. Shortest route.
Hit it from the back.
5 hours tops.
What about the flying though?
What flying?
They're flying.
Oh, them flying straight across? That could work. It'll take about 12 hours.
Why wouldn't it?
5 minutes.
Still longer. 5 it is. We're doing this.
Mm.
Go, fire in the hole.
Okay.
So, you,
I'll grab Neural in the
so
bag.
second verse
I
is the
guess.
first, only a whole lot wetter and a whole lot worse. So you guys splash back into the lake.
That's right.
More water breathe.
On neural.
I did my thing. I rolled like a
Who's-
24 for
Who's
that.
carrying the crate?
Great.
Well,
How big
I'm
is,
apparently
how
not
big is
smart
this
enough
crate?
to figure it out. So
That was the NPC, not the DM.
Yeah.
But if you're going to carry it over, then feel free. What was that?
I could carry
So
it
how
because
big is the crate?
electric things.
It's the size
Yeah, that's
of
right.
a bread box. It's like a 1x1. It's like, oh, that's a box.
the electric one can do it.
Electric
Oh yeah.
What about the water?
We can't go in the. Oh. But maybe we don't want that with the chicken in it. Oh
Well, I put the chicken in my sack.
I have
I got
a
a
I have a
bag.
sack too.
Everybody has sacks.
Yeah.
I have a bag of holding.
I have a
It doesn't need to breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it in the bag
I had a
Cool.
bag too.
So you're like,
with
Well
the pull in
done,
the
Sax.
water. Yeah.
cool. And then
no. I don't because I don't even have.
dive.
Let's
Thousands of
put
yards
all
of
of the
twine.
items there before we find out that there's a bullshit thing that we're doing that affects it.
And then, yeah, that seems to be fine.
Yeah.
You guys, second verse same as the first. You plop in, you pop out. Zora's domain is moving into its after hours situation. You know, there's some people lounging. There's still people lounging, and there's still people hanging out.
But now I've got some like mood
And
lighting.
there's different vendors out now. It's cool. It's a scene. You know, it's all right. Not as cool as staying out all night at Hylia, but whatever.
I don't know.
Squares gotta be squares. You
It's so
guys,
mainstream.
you guys bob up, climb up a little ladder, go up the upper ledge, walk through the waterfall, and off to the left is a like a well, and whomever it was, one of you knew about it. I forget who. Probably you, yeah.
I guess so.
So who knew about it?
About the
About what?
About the well, about the portal from Hylia to, or from Zora's domain to.
I was Terry, yeah.
It's me.
The water, less than a few minutes to get out and everything. So plop in, port through,
Water doesn't bother me.
pop out in the Lost Woods. Great, you're in the Lost Woods now. Survival / int check to remember the path. It's basically really.
Not a one.
Oh, mhm.
I got
That's
a
okay.
25.
Just follow us.
11.
It still shouldn't be trash.
I got
'cause
27.
3.
you got- oh, right, because you have no int.
I got 27.
Yeah, between the two of you, you're like, meh, meh,
We're the
meh.
same.
Just follow the group. Follow the group.
I'm a ranger. I have a photographic memory of outdoor places.
Okay.
Something's really cool. I don't know why.
I do too.
Why do you always have to ruin it?
Exact right. Archway that leads to Goron City. You strut on through, You come out. You come on through giant bomb flowers that
To
you
the
sort
other
of have
side.
to crawl over gingerly. And the telltale what? You
Just laughing at my rolls.
got they're trash. Good job.
Rolling well
witch.
earlier.
I know. You're having a spot of dice hate right now.
And you
The
come
drought.
out into Goron City. Are you guys going to try and go up the thing, or are you trying to go through the shortcut?
What thing?
Why not shortcut?
Yeah, let's take the shortcut.
Is that the thing where we had
It's
to
the
walk
one through the
lava
volcano
thing?
that's
Yeah.
uncomfortable, but it's shorter.
But we can get 2 of you on one broom and 1 of him on one broom, and we were doing okay last
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So you guys come out in the middle level, so you make your way down over
Good thing I
towards
got
the
myself wet before this.
towards
Dry out too much.
the king's quarters. The door is down, but there's a Goron asleep in front of the doorway. How do you get in
Excuse me.
for the Goron?
On its
Oh.
head.
Blink, blink. Goron.
Which one of us speaks Goron?
I speak go on.
There you go.
State your business with the king.
We're on business from the princess.
How do we know?
We have the coin.
Well, you wouldn't know that one.
Well, we have 2 coins though.
You have a coin and you have a writ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm like
That's
well,
right.
we have what bombers?
the-
Yeah.
Well,
What do you
Bombers
call
is the
those
secret
things?
And
society.
the wood runners.
We have the Woodrunner
Yeah. Seal.
so
Good
that's,
thing you didn't have me say
that's what I'll
this.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the champion Link's men. Right away. And he gets back down and he goes, whoop. And then you all sort of like, oh, okay. And the door raises and you hear, come in, friends. It's kind of terrifying if you didn't know that it was actually very welcoming. So you guys. So you
Sorry.
guys scuttle into the quarters, and you see Link the younger, Link the Goron in a muumuu, and he goes, "What's wrong? How can I help? Battle?
No, we just want to see Big Goron.
Oh, And he goes over to the statue and
Big Goron?
Big Goron.
he moves the large throne statue over. He's like, as you know, on your way.
Thank you. Off we go.
My pleasure.
I'm not gonna go on.
I heard.
So
I
you
was just stretching the picture.
I'm okay.
you guys strut into the volcano. It's hot. Guess what?
So nice.
Molten magma. Hot.
Dry
Cool.
up already.
So all you hop onto brooms respectively.
Yep.
All right. Dex checks from riders. Ride checks from flyers.
Please. Be nice.
23.
I'm sorry, what check from flyers?
Ride.
Ride.
Because you are riding the broom, not flying.
Wait, what are we?
22.
What are we? The writers?
Those are dex checks.
Dex check.
Or athletics.
18.
Good.
13.
17.
16.
If it's acrobatics, it's 30.
Okay.
You got the 2 light ones.
So you're hanging on the broom
I
by
got the
one
heavyweight.
hand. Just
Make me one more, all of you. So you get airborne, and you're teetering
Hey,
along.
15.
I got 30.
13 again.
17 this time.
All right,
22.
you're all
I
steven it up.
basically don't weigh.
So your riders have learned just how to not mess with your mojo, and the two of you are like, "Go, Travis, It's not great, but it works. You get up to that top ledge there, and everyone
You
hops
definitely
off.
don't ride as well as Dak.
How would you know?
I
He's
apologize.
been attached to my back at least 3 times now.
That's right. We thought you didn't seal the deal. Oh.
Hey.
So,
I feel so much more about you now.
you guys, I know, right? Once, and now you're an expert. Oh no, it was more than once.
First time.
So many times. Thousand
There was
years
many
there.
times. I saw black dots once.
They look like bugs in my vision.
There were stars. You guys got out into the dark, cool night
I was too shy to
of Mount Doom. The warmth of the volcano creating a nice counterpoint from the cavern. And you hear.
Do you want to do it this time?
Yes, so.
You knock on the Goron.
On the Goron.
On the Goron.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
You might as well be knocking on a mountain.
Yay. You're louder.
Big Goron!
I have a spell called Shout.
All right, move over.
I have ear-piercing scream.
Cool, we can both do it.
And we'll all die.
Big Goron! Then I just reel back and I just punch.
Full gauntlet?
Yeah, full gauntlet.
All right, so there's a
He has
resonating
the door knocker.
dang. Take one subdual.
Hurt
Has it
yourself on it.
smarts? Who it smarts? You know how to punch, but punching a wall is still
Still one of those things.
still nice zing to it.
He's like a wall onion.
And you hear, ooh, ooh, as he pulls himself, he goes, oh, welcome back.
We've brought your things.
Sorry to wake you up.
Hi. I honestly don't remember why we were gathering these things.
I don't think we
didn't
know.
We
at
don't
all.
know.
Right.
It's a
He
present.
He was like, hey, gather these things. I'll make something cool for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't feel as bad now.
Yes.
No,
I
so
don't
there
remember.
was no real. Just do it. Okay.
Things?
Pulls out the Poe. Pulls out the electricity. Pulls out the other thing, the water that I had. You've got the other two. If he brings in any more.
He puts down a gentle, he
Take a
puts
pause.
down a hand very gently. He goes, "Them on my hand."
It's in a giant polygon shape.
Yeah. It's like a giant square mitten.
He goes, "I'll get started at once.
On what?
Your gifts.
Oh.
Give me one day." And you see back.
Wasn't there that place we slept in last time we were here?
Yeah, in
We
the
just came out
fairy
again?
Yeah.
fountain.
And you hear the weirdest noises.
Oh dear.
All the weird noises. Kind of loud, kind of scary. But he seems to be. You hear.
All right.
At least he's
fountain.
happy. Yep, fairy fountain it is.
Yeah.
So you guys hike back into the fairy fountain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. White marble stone, large, fucking Triforce set into the marble.
That's so
Nice little
cool.
pool. Star
It's nice, though.
star sparkles across the walls.
Comfortable.
Gentle
Is it
chiming music emanating
Is it
through the
good?
hallway.
Yeah, no.
So
I'm
Yeah.
just like, yay, water.
I guess I don't have 12 electric damage
No,
anymore.
you still do.
The fairy fountain doesn't heal my sad wounded.
There's no fairy.
Yeah, isn't it an abandoned fairy fountain?
No.
Well,
no
you-
one stopped to summon the fairy.
You have to summon them.
And this isn't one of
And
the
then
lesser
it's-
fairy fountains where it's just random
No.
fairies floating about. This is
No.
a greater fairy fountain.
I know
Yeah.
hideous laughter. Does the
Yeah,
I'm just like, yeah, water.
you'll take mental damage from that.
No, you're right. You have to watch out for those
hideously laughing at what's in
really
your mouth.
pointy boobs too.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, don't hit your eye.
Oh,
on
okay,
those.
get too close to her boobs. It's gonna attack you.
Don't motorboat her. Stab your eyes out, kid.
That's right. You cut your face up.
Why
Worth
did I
it.
remember this?
Yeah. Those some sick scars.
Oh my god,
Link.
it's like
How'd you
falling
get
into
those?
rocks. Oh.
Those some sick scars, Link. How'd you get those? He was like,
Oh my gosh.
You never know.
worth it.
Sad. Now I'm just cold in the day.
When he paused for the duration, like, I was fully expecting to be like, give me 15
Oh, I hated
years.
those.
Okay.
Thank you.
So do you,
We also have. I don't
do you
know.
want to heal?
How do you summon it?
Make a knowledge history, knowledge religion, or knowledge arcana check.
Oh, that's right. I had a bear trap, but I haven't used it. I don't remember what.
22 Arcana.
21.
Well,
Your item have served
it's
in
the
the
Triforce
most.
symbol, which usually is a symbol you
uncanny
reserve for the
ways.
royal family.
Use your battering
And
ram to like
A
knock
way to
over
denote that
dudes.
you're an envoy or
Just
representative or
beat
member of
them
royal
with
family
it.
is to play what's
I keep
known as
forgetting
Zelda's
that I
Lullaby.
have that.
So
What other things do I have?
playing, humming, singing that tune should activate the fountain
Do we
somehow.
know it?
You may, you might, no, it's. You guys wouldn't.
I was
know
like,
it,
we
but-
wouldn't know it.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
someone else might.
Well, I
Ooh,
wouldn't
Grim,
know
I've heard
that.
it before.
Oh,
Important
Grim
since we
knows
had
it.
to go underwater.
So
He
Who
might
knows
not know
Zelda's
this what it
Lullaby?
is.
I have
Yeah.
a mule with
Yeah.
saddlebags.
Depending. Do you share this with the group
Mhm.
that you're like, we need to activate it somehow?
If we knew the right song to activate the Triforce,
Oh wait, did you guys try the checks?
Oh, sorry.
No,
No,
I
it
was-
would.
Which was
History,
it?
religion, nobility.
I'm not gonna count that. That
Or
fell out of my
Arcana.
hand.
I don't have any of those.
I got a
Well, that's new.
18.
I got
Arcana.
16, either nobility or religion.
You're like, yeah, you would need to denote that you're a member of the royal family in some mystic way. You're not 100% sure how that works. You think that there's maybe like a trigger word or like an amulet or something. You're not sure. Only the royal family really knows how to do it. And then what would
I
you
really-
say?
that. I'm not privy to the exact means.
well, if we activate the portals by humming the tune, maybe the Triforce has a tune. Is there a royal tune?
I thought we knew with our rolls that it was Zelda's Lullaby.
Not
Yeah, but we don't know Zelda's.
I know, but we
Yeah,
can
but-
say
no.
that we know.
Do you say that?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, there you go.
Like it's like Zelda's lullaby
Yeah.
or something.
Does anyone know
And
Zelda's
you know
Lullaby?
instantly what they're talking
We
about
know who she
because her mother sang it to her. She
Yeah.
hums it all the time.
That's
So
right.
you know it.
Sing for us, Grim.
I don't
Sing,
think
Honey
I know
Grim.
that.
Sing us a song. Sing us a lullaby.
Sing, Papa.
I'm pretty sure you don't want that.
He's like, Grandpa.
Yeah.
I like that bedtime story, Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any
I do.
perform check, do you?
No, I do
I
not.
don't either.
Make me you know what? Give me a dex check. Oh wait, dex or charisma? Which do you have higher?
It's a wash.
Okay. give me a roll.
He's a
Give
true
me a roll
tank.
on that, and I'll and we'll I got an idea what happens.
I'll attempt to whistle it.
No, I got some. I have maybe. What do you got?
7.
7. All right. You try to whistle it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, no, that's Reveille. No, that's mezcal. And you slap your thigh, and the resonant noise of your grieve. You're like, that sort of has a tone.
Perfect.
And then you slap your other grieve, and that has a slightly different tone. And you like,
I'm gonna fucking ham bone this shit.
yes. Try again.
All we need to do is a pair of spoons.
Right?
What?
10.
Don't you have a mess
Well, we
kit?
were-
Clank, 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 clank.
I found it.
And just as he's like, I found it, you hear,
Oh, I wish
and
I didn't.
out of this fountain
Said
comes
he's
this
after.
beautiful woman distressingly beautiful. Too perfect skin. Proportions are a little too exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
Ivy just not actually covering
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Like it looks like there was like someone was like, "This is a bathing suit."
Is that
But it doesn't-
leopard print?
Is this a bathing suit? And
Right.
it's just there's like wild green bush with that matches the wild green hair
I think I'm aroused.
and like crazy
Basil
eyeliner,
is very
green.
conflicted.
crazy lipstick, green nipples. Just you're like, we get it,
Just
homegirl.
the two of us
Yeah.
are like, oh, my sister.
Green fingernails, just a
What
little
have we
too long.
rocked?
Right.
And
You
she
wanted
goes,
this.
Do I feel better?
I feel better already. You can go.
Fine, sorry, thanks.
I'm fine. Just
I'm
wrapping
fine.
a bandage around your arm.
She floats in the air above the water with her rear out and her arms spread wide. They're just dangling there.
Just really interested in the pond.
And
Like,
she goes,
look at this water.
"Welcome, visitors. I am the great magic.
Oh no!
Thank you for visiting me. I don't get many."
Oh.
She sounds like my friend's Portuguese grandma.
And she goes, "Let me soothe your wounds." And without really waiting for consent,
Okay.
you feel this energy that's actually rather soothing and calming, and you heal. So you get all your spells per day back.
Yay.
Neat.
And you all heal. Really? 8? Oh no. 28 damage.
Yay.
Cool.
Hmm?
Good.
Yep. That's right. I'm the only one who doesn't have any.
And she goes, "And for visiting
Your wrist feels
me,
better after punching.
That's
so
right.
wish
My one subdual.
grant you a magic
Hey, my knuckles feel better.
What kind
Okay.
of magical boon?
That's the
I'm
fun
interested.
part."
Go on.
Or not. I mean, we.
So you accept?
Wait, do we all have to accept, or can just one of us accept?
Straight up raised by witches. I don't want nothing to
Accept
I'm
motive?
fine with it.
So you say, "I'm fine with it."
do. Alright,
Roll a d6.
at
Oh,
least
no.
17 or more. So I'm like, I know you mean well.
She's weird as fuck, but she's sincere.
Alright, fine.
You gain an additional level 2 spell per day.
I'll do it.
Yeah, well,
Roll a d6.
I got 3.
I got it.
Roll a
4.
d4.
I will play 2.
Oh, sorry. You rolled a 3 on a d6?
Yeah.
You get 1 third level spell per day additional.
Ooh.
What did you roll?
Nice.
4.
Level 4.
Okay.
Did you accept?
I don't do magic.
Additional 1.
Yay.
She's like,
The cast?
"Now
Or
you
no.
Spells per day that you could
You
use,
get
right?
a cantrip?
You
Right,
get-
instead of
you get a
6, I'd
feat
to be able to do
of
7.
your
Okay.
choice that grants magical
Yeah.
abilities, such as grave, the
Well,
wizard
for
touch
me,
the
it was
grave,
6 'cause I got
Right.
or like
Okay.
something to dip, that sort of thing.
I'll look at that. Oh,
But this is just like for a day or something, right?
No,
Oh, it's permanent?
this is permanent.
So, what I would do is in your bonus spells, just add it there.
Like +1 to your bonus per day.
Yeah.
And she goes, "And should you ever wish, should your wounds ever be need to heal, or you need a respite, simply toot the tune, and I will come again." No! And she like swirls back down and disappears.
Fairy's creepy.
I don't know if I want her to come again.
No.
Now sleep in that room.
that's right.
We're all just like,
Oh, no.
Nobody snore that tune.
I never thought I'd say this, but please take off your armor. Please don't do that again.
Forever he just moves
by
He moves in
accident.
a very like now he walks in the weird way to
Yeah.
never make a repetitive sound. Get that Dune reference back.
Well, now that we have been terrorized back to hell,
Basically.
We're taking mental damage.
Oh,
I will build camp.
oh dear.
So you guys sleep the
We'll
night.
move on and never discuss
If
it
anyone
this
had any
episode.
HP left, you'll never speak of this again.
Bigger Rod's like, where'd you guys go? No,
Nowhere.
we just went to
We
sleep.
just
No,
been
yeah.
here the whole time.
We just went to sleep. It was fine.
Right. We just stood behind you the whole
So I felt
I killed the guy.
I hit a
That escalated
countertop.
quickly.
We have very low countertops.
So you guys make camp and you all sleep like Sally looked. And,
Yeah.
and after a fitful night of
And that
large
was
green women.
learned to sleep with his eyes open.
I never thought I wouldn't want to see boobs. Why?
Singing is not consent. And so
I was like, I
you
have-
guys wake once more, startlingly, with that cackle in your ears.
just sits up.
Yeah, everyone sits bolt upright at the same time. Cool. Good morning, guys. Let's break camp.
The sun's out.
Let's
Let's go find Big Rod.
Are we safe?
What? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
you all sort of
Oh my god.
make your way out of the cave a little faster than really necessary.
We're all going to be closer now because we experienced trauma together.
That's right.
You guys walk out of the cave. Figuron's still going. Boom, 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 boom,
it's been a day.
Yeah, it hasn't been a whole day.
boom, boom, boom.
But
Clank,
there's,
clank.
there's more of them.
Squeak.
But there's more of them.
Bite your tongue. Sister, shut your face.
Oh, actually, with your previous checks, you know there's more.
Yeah, we know there's part. Oh,
You know, yeah.
no.
Grim knows there's one next to the castle.
Everywhere.
You said it.
That one's in a hole.
I mean, it was
And,
nice.
You can just fall into
It'd be
it.
nice.
And
bonus,
Rolenta-
but what cost?
And Rolenta knows there's one next to Jabba Jabba.
Yeah.
Do we
There's
have one?
one right
Yeah.
next to that
Yeah, you
fountain
do.
we were just at.
I'm like,
That's
all
fun.
Since I've been out to read it.
Wow.
So what are you guys gonna do for the day?
Do we have time for a day? What do I even do when we
Yeah,
get
you got a day. You have a day and part of a night.
I built a snowman. Play the sunset song.
Do you know it?
I mean, my character wouldn't.
Would one of us know it?
Well, it was composed by the Flat and Sharp brothers, who were composers for the king's court many years ago. The song itself was lost and would only be known by someone who had knowledge of his tomb, which would be in the Kakriko graveyard.
So Jack would know.
Maybe
But we wouldn't know.
Maybe.
Dad's not here.
We wouldn't
Yeah.
know to go ask
he's just
him.
down the mountain.
This is just
Yeah.
because I know.
Maybe Grim.
How
'Cause
many?
he's an
How many other songs you know?
He's a fucking old Hyrule guy.
Cool Hyrule guy.
I don't know. I know a few.
I'd give that one a knowledge nobility
Have Arcana in Plains.
if he wants it.
I feel like my
I mean, if you really want to roll Arcana or Plans, but that check's gonna be super high. His is pretty high.
In that 20.
Nat 20?
Yay!
Yeah.
No shit.
No
Yep.
Motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, you're
he
like
does have a granddaughter.
you're
so-
like, yeah, one of my sergeants when I was being trained would shout it at us every morning to get us out of our bunks. Sun is up, get in line. Sun is up, get in line. And from traumatic memory, you shout it out on the mountain, and you like feel like the sun sort of creeps itself a little farther into the sky.
Do it again.
All right, I'll do it
Knowledge
again.
Arcana.
24. Ooh, nat 20 over this bitch.
Yeah.
So music in this world is inherently magic. Anytime anyone performs a song of any sort, magic happens. But bards are so powerful in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But then you decided to play one, which broke my heart. Sorry.
I always play bards. I want to do something different.
Stop living my life. All right.
I wanted to
So
wonder
if you,
was
I
any-
know.
Yeah.
Therefore, those who are more powerful or who can channel their powers together can create a larger effect when singing a song.
Mm.
That's why that's one of the theorized reasons the Gathering is such a huge event, because it's a day everyone's singing the same song, everyone's partying the same party, that it's just this ridiculously, it's a spell.
Mm-hmm.
So teach us this song.
You should
You
all
just
sing
heard
it.
him shout it
Lower
out.
the broom.
Okay, everybody. 1, 2, 3. What was it?
Sun is up, get in line. Yeah. Sun is up, get in line. No, yeah. Sun is up, get in line. Sun is up, get in line. Information now. You also realize that the words aren't important. It's actually just the tune.
Yeah.
But but if you all shout it out resonantly together,
Sure.
you all stand stock still for but a moment, 5 seconds max, as the entirety of the universe races in front of you. The sun shoots itself across the sky. Bigeron moves into warp speed. You see the ebb and
We just
flow
keep
of the
traumatizing ourselves.
You think you're on cocaine?
It's all fucking self.
You see the ebb and flow of the smoke from the mountain.
A brief flicker of Fergus's face.
This is fucking,
Goes
yeah.
across the sky.
Yeah. Followed by a celestial arrow.
And again, it is
This is
and
fucking fear and loathing at Dead Mountain.
Then, and then it is dark once more as the stars
Can't stop
skitter themselves across the skyline as the sun retreats behind the mountain. Yes. Well, it's more of a and Bigeron is still going.
Should be almost done now, though.
Yeah.
Right?
I take a little walk to the molten place just to warm up for a bit. Yeah, just to. I've seen a lot of shit today. I just need to.
do the tuchus,
Just warm up a little bit.
And as you guys order around for
Seen a
another
lot of shit, guys.
We all aged a year
Yeah.
in this one day.
Seen some things, everyone.
you hear a
Aswell finally has a beard now.
It's happened.
It's
and
kind of exploded out of his
you
face.
hear a thump, thump, thump. Ooh, boom. As he sort of settles, he looks down and goes, "Oh, you're still here.
Yeah.
Great."
Is it time?
Are we there yet?
He goes, "Oh yes."
Took it on back.
Kool-Aid man.
Oh,
He puts
no.
both hands down, and in his hands you see 3 armbands with blue gems set in them, a right-handed gauntlet with a green gem set in the back, and a left-handed gauntlet with a red gem set in the back.
Stands with blue gems and left gauntlet.
With a red gem.
Green gem, and right with the green.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's all that?
He says, these are items created specifically for the champions of time.
We would just moved it, so
I guess.
Young Basil, step forth.
Okay.
Take the green gauntlet for yourself.
This is when we find out he's colorblind.
Well, if
Right.
anyone would be colorblind, it would be
Right.
Basil.
And the moment we find out is like he's reaching for the gauntlets, but he's not sure which one to pick up.
Damn, the greatest test.
We can go by where the thumb is.
Yeah, no, he knows what he knows.
Was right in his left.
Not colorblind. It's fine.
You don't need more of that happening.
That could be our weird canon for
Yeah,
Basil.
It
Basil
is.
is fucking colorblind. All right, fine.
So he says,
Better than being googly-eyed.
Hey, he's an archer. People are
I leave
colorblind. Better
you
at seeing through
to
camouflage.
them as in their new state, but each of them are composed of the spiritual stones of your people.
you better not give me that fucking feather.
Do you say that?
No.
Okay. He says that gauntlet, when grasping a plant or earth, will activate.
Activate what?
Your
The end of the world.
weapons and ammo will deal more damage at the expense of their endurance. So, in mechanical term, this creates disposable weapon to arrows, and they're considered fragile. So that's a thing in the Ultimate Combat. Just write disposable weapon, arrows, fragile, and we can look that over later.
Okay.
Your melee weapons sprout thorns, granting bloody assault.
Oh, nice.
Capital A.
Does salt have one or two S's?
Assault.
It's got our ass in it. That's how we
And
know
you
it's
gain-
worth it.
And you gain the power
Coward ass butt.
Fury of Flora and Fauna. +1 damage die to summoned creatures and nature damage spells. Finally, grants the spell Restoration on activation up to 3 times a day.
I don't know why I'm writing more Basil shit down.
Yeah.
I think I thought you were going to write it all just to make sure.
Well, that's what I think that what I was gonna do, and then at some point I was like, why am I doing all of this?
I'm
Oh, well.
still doing it.
There you go. Well, I'll learn.
Knights of the Royal Guard, step forth and take the left-handed gauntlet.
Do so.
Wow, that's not how you spell grim at all, Lisa. Holy shit.
I tried to spell presents, and it was all over the place. I don't know. There were 2 S's. I was like, that's
As you
wrong.
pick it up and put it on, you feel more adept, which means you get an additional feat.
Yes. All the feats.
Cats.
And before you take that feat, you might want to consider what it's going to be, because suddenly you feel like you can do even more damage while wielding a 2-handed weapon. They're considered siege weapons
Yes.
for the purposes of feats and damage.
That opens some fun possibilities.
I'm like, motherfucker got to be able to wreck a pillar in a building.
Yes.
So, you also, when activated, You can grant the blessing of courage and life. Mass,
So,
which is a spell, 3 times per day, up to 5 targets. Caster level 5.
Let's be great.
You did good mass bless.
Right. Wish I had that when we were eating that cake. Blessing of courage and life.
To activate, you need but salute.
All right.
butt salute.
Yeah.
That's
Does
right.
that mean the fart?
Yes.
That's when you fart in your hand and then
Just cast it.
Sprink it.
You just Hadouken it to somebody
Right.
else.
On the other hand, he says, "Daughter of the waters,
That's me.
Ow.
please take the closest armband."
Okay, I do.
Forget what is your name?
Relent.
Rolenta. I wanted to say Relina, and I'm like, no, she's a bitch.
That never gets old.
That's from
Gundam
Gundam
Wing.
Wing.
She's the lady.
With this armband,
She's the girl that gets in the way of the yaoi.
upon a proclamation of love or dedication,
That's
So long since I watched
you gain
that has
protection
been
from
the
energy
trope
once
since
per day
1995.
to hold water or electricity. Choose
Okay.
one.
Looking annoying as the badass lady from that series.
Like how many hit points before it goes for that?
I forget.
Okay.
It's as per spell of the same level.
Okay, but it would be as if I'm casting it, or
Shock shield, 5 times a day.
shut her up.
Oh shit, we're in New Jersey.
Okay.
And cure moderate mass each time you use it, up to 3 times a day.
Cool.
Do remember.
Daughters of the desert, step forth and claim an armband. They're matched. You know exactly which one to grab.
Yes.
They are almost the same as Relentas. Upon a proclamation of love or dedication, Irulia. Who's Irulia?
That's me.
Irulia, you can do obsidian flow, which is actually ice flow once per day. Protection from energy once per day.
Nice flow. Once per day.
The actual spell's obsidian flow if you haven't written it
I
already.
read that, yeah.
Brought energy once per day. Protection from energy.
Thank you. Protection.
Just
Rod
like
energy?
Relentas. And cure mod mass each time it's used, up to 3 times a day.
Yes. 3 times per day.
And Aviria's, upon proclamation of love or dedication, gains obsidian flow once per day, but is manifested as ball lightning. And of course, protection from energy once per day, cold water or electricity, cure mod mass each time used up to 3 times per day.
Perfect. can deal crit damage to objects now.
And we can heal you now.
And in theme with the evening, break stuff! Because this is what's going to happen.
Wait, what? We're gonna break stuff? Gotta go back to Lake Hylia and break stuff.
I remember.
Probably just like break some spears at this point. That dude was mean.
I don't know how the fucking
Crush!
song goes. I don't remember now, but there was a time when I. $3 bill, y'all.
Yep.
Proclamation of love or what?
I don't remember
Dedication.
how most of it goes, but I remember the break stuff and give me some to break.
Look.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Like, I didn't know about suicidal tendencies before I knew about Limp Bizkit, and then I got older and I learned about it, and I was like, they ripped off a song for that song,
Yep, that's right.
and the other song is better. Of course it is, 'cause it's not Limp Bizkit.
That's right.
Correct.
Was it Pepsi? Just one Pepsi fought from suicidal. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
God.
So he's like, so he goes.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Did
that's
we
the
get to our
secret
powers
stone.
combined?
I guess so.
Shit.
I can wear this on my
I'm
arm.
Earth. I'm Kwame.
Captain Planet.
No, you do know though that in order to open the door to the sacred realm in the Temple of Time, that you would then need to place all of these items on the altar together to open the door.
Exposure with the motherfucking sacred stones.
Oh, I get it. Because like the water one's 3 up.
Yeah, that's right.
I see.
I put it as sacred time band.
Sacred time.
Sacred
band.
time band.
Also,
On my
like I have bracers already.
Yeah, but this is an armband.
Yeah.
Oh, armband.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
Like,
We got
Yeah,
these
gauntlets.
bodies.
It's a
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah, an
it's a
armband.
cool armband. You can show off the gun show.
Oh,
That's
heck
right.
yeah.
You can just
I'm
flex.
always
I
showing the
don't
gun
have
show.
a gun show.
I'm
That's
like-
why you gave me a glove.
I mean, I just bumped my
There's no
strength,
guns.
so.
There's no gun.
You love for that love.
Your strength is probably stupid, right? What's your strength?
The
20?
rebels already took
That's
the
it.
armory. It's
Mine's 16. Yeah, when I arm wrestle, I'll totally cheat and use bear strength or whatever, full strength.
I have 20 con.
He goes,
we got our shit.
yeah, he's like, protect the world, champions. We thank you. I wish I could do more.
Thank you, Big Run.
Good luck on your quests and let me know if you ever need anything else.
So all 3 of ours are blue?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because you got the 3, like the spirit stone of water has like
Yeah.
3 stones in it.
Because even if you're not children of Zora, water is definitely one of the most precious
Things in the desert.
to your culture, so it still has resonance.
I got the Goron one because might as well be.
I mean, you already speak the language, so.
That's right.
You sure you're not like part Goron on your mom's side or something?
Could be. I don't know how that biology works.
We've met what's her name? Your daughter.
Yeah.
She seems to be kind of strong, independent woman.
Granddaughter.
That's right. Yes.
Oh yeah. Still, yeah. It
She's
seems
also
to be-
not Grimm's biological granddaughter.
Oh,
She adopted.
she's his wool,
That's right.
as they always say in
Old.
various British
Lord.
literature.
maybe it's not inherited physically, but a spiritual affectation.
That's right.
Hang around with him long enough, I just soaked it in.
So you guys just ding 12, right?
Yeah.
We did.
Let's see what we've got for XP. We're finishing a series of fetch quests.
Right.
Fetch quests.
Hey, we did it.
Fetching.
Got molested by a
Something.
fairy, and
That's so fetch.
Yeah, we need extra for
we
that.
learned
That's
how to
right.
speed up time. And
50,000 XP.
So now
Seven.
let's fetch.
Wait, I erased that. Damn
We
it.
have 270,749.
I have
We have
Well, some of it
extra.
will change a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was extras here and there, but mine is 270,681.
mine's 630. Well, 630. Excuse me. There's no and.
I think we were given like weird amounts at some point,
Yeah.
like extras.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I think
We
I
got-
gave specific
we got
experience for certain
some-
things. and
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
This one I just blanketed.
experience for 13?
315.
I was just about to look up.
315.
Another 50K, and I think we're
I'm
again.
gonna die.
So there you stand at the top of Mount Doom with your cool new gear. Well, Grim doesn't stand there. Now he's smashing rocks.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, look
I'm
at
testing
us go!
I use my axe and it's just like
Super
shatter
smash
like rock formation. Yeah, basically.
I found the hand.
That's right.
I want to break stuff.
So next game's going to be remote, Amanda.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
we'll
right.
Figure that out next game.
Actually, remote Lisa as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be there.
Do you want to try remote or do you want to skip it or?
Well, we can try remote. So
We'll
the
have-
twins
we'll have-
will be together.
I won't have my stuff yet, so I'll just be sitting in an empty room like. What's
We don't care.
now?
Yeah, we'll
It's
all
fine.
be sitting in an empty room.
No, I mean that's. I'll have nothing
That will
else
give
to
us
do.
a
So I may as
chance.
well do this.
That will give us a chance to get the system down.
Check it out,
Since
check it out, and figure it
we
out.
Do
also
it.
want to join in for 17.
Okay. Say goodnight, Internet.
Good night,
Good
Internet.
night.